You need Timmy. Timmy is the new channel lore, man. All right, are we ready to rock and roll, Devastator Squad? Good afternoon. And happy Saturday, man. Happy Saturday, guys. Also, happy World Championship 2025. Yu-Gi-Oh! We are, you know, day one has officially ended for the TCG. We're gonna go over the matches. Beautiful thing about this tournament being like 8 hours in the future is, you know, we get to look at all this stuff in the middle of the day here in North America, so we can kind of just go through and look through some of the stuff. And honestly though, like I watched the last 2 rounds of Swiss while they were live this morning, and very interesting stuff overall. I watched all the Master Duel stuff too, just because I had a buddy in Utah who was in, you know, the final team, you know, Chiba Corp, good old Joey Chow, absolutely crushing it. Sadly, they didn't win because homie Nesh had a Max C, so Pac got cooked. But that's just how it be. Max C's a good card. Smash that like button though for sure. Synchron, thanks so much. Absolutely smash that like button, guys, as you're tuning in. Please and thank you. Helps us out so much. I saw Geeky say we need one of those intros live. Maybe one day, dude. Maybe one day. You guys you've been liking the new videos, huh? I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on the intros for the last 2 videos. I gotta say they're pretty good.
I summon forth myself.
Kaiba man, Pepsi.
Mad Pepsi has become a cable.
Because I'm loving the chat for Pepsi, guys.
Celebrates 1 month of membership. Are you going to YCS Pittsburgh?
I'm planning to. I should be. I'm like 75% sure we're going. Just some love in the chat for Pepsi with the reaching the 1st month on their channel membership resub. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. But yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. Is to go there for sure. For sure.
I see. I had no idea that you were such a big
Miguel, brother. Thank you so much, dude.
Glad to see the goat.
Glad to see the go. Thanks, man. Yeah, sorry we haven't streamed the last couple days. It's been super busy. My mother-in-law's out visiting, you know, for 3 days, 4 days. So we just been very busy, just kind of like, you know, cleaning, prepping the house. Also very busy with the new videos, and but you know, I'm glad we get to do some streams this weekend during the day while my wife and my mother-in-law are out doing things together for the stuff. So kind of nice. You still get to hang out. Still get to hang out.
I
Oh my gosh.
had no idea that you were such a big fan of mine.
Pepsi, dude. Thank you so much,
Hey,
man.
this is the goat.
Thank you so much for the $5 super, brother. Appreciate it so much. Yeah, let's start diving into some games though, dude. Let's start diving into to these matches. You know, it's 7 round. They did 7 rounds of Swiss today, and there's gonna be obviously the top 8 tomorrow to finish it off. And very curious to see what wins. Curious what you guys think. You know, watching right now live and after the fact in the comment section. What do you guys think is gonna win the Worlds? You know, a number of people I've been talking to. Holy moly. Cyber Angel with another one, man. Another $5 super chat. Legend, dude. Thank you so much, brother.
Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Rolling on the floor. Rolling on the floor emoji. Man, TTS Brian is an absolute Chad, dude. You gotta give him some credit, man. Gotta give him some credit out there. TTS Brian is the GOAT. Thank you so much, dude, for the super. Appreciate you so much. You think it's gonna be Yummy? Bro, Yummy's probably positioned. Here, I'm gonna move my camera a little bit. Yummy's probably best positioned for this event to take it home. In terms of just not only power, but also like the people playing it. There's really strong duelists playing the Yummy deck. Honestly, it's been an very interesting field. I have yet to see a post that like shows all the decks that are in the TCG for the 27 duelists competing. I think it's 27 duelists. Wait, it should not be an odd number. It should be an even number. You can't have odd numbers of duelists. That doesn't work. I did see a couple of you saying, yeah, where's the Draco Tail? There's none. I haven't heard about any Draco Tail playing in this event so far, which is kind of crazy to think about because that deck honestly is positioned really hot, but maybe I guess not with the world's ban list. The world's ban list is very interesting. I don't know if you guys have seen the world's ban list, but we can actually just really quickly. Holy moly, dude. Thank you so much, dude, for another $5 super. Absolute GOAT, man. Draco Tail needs to win. Draco Tail needs to win, he says. Thank you guys so much for these super chats. You guys are absolutely going off the rails. I really appreciate it so much. Yeah, let's start things off by just looking at the ban list, guys. Let's take a look here at this is the ban list for World Championship 2025. So, I mean, first thing you got to notice is you got to remember all the TCG exclusives are not going to be legal to play. So for us, big ones, you know, obviously like Aerial Leader, Necroquip Princess, Mimagools, things like that will not be legal. Because obviously OCG does not have access to them. So that's why like you see a lot of this, like why would these cards be banned? Literally just because of that, you know, they just don't have the cards. And same goes for like any new stuff because they already have Doom of Dimensions. None of that's going to be legal. So in terms of like a lot of the cards that are banned, a lot of this stuff doesn't really matter all that much in the grand scheme of things. The only one that really matters a lot are these cards right here. Having all the Mitsurugi cards banned for the TCG players really hurts because this is one of the most predominant decks that we have over here at our fingertips. So not being able, some of the, I mean, like Charlie Futch, for example, you know, was on fire with Mitsurugi Raziel here in the North American region, and not being able to play his you know, comfortable deck over at Worlds maybe could be a bad thing. I know some players have to play different decks out there. Orcus, for example, is also not legal to play at the world stage. And, you know, like Wilfredo, who won our national championship here a couple months ago in Indianapolis, won it with the Orcus Fiendsmith deck. So, you know, kind of interesting that, you know, that stuff, like the Gem Knights, Jidrax, all this stuff is just not legal. And this is just because the TCG technically didn't have it legal in regards to, Europe just actually got this stuff yesterday.
I see. I had no
Jeez,
idea
man, you guys are
you
going
were
off the
such a big
rails with
fan
these
of
super
mine.
chats, bro. Holy moly.
Can I get a jazz it up?
Can you get a jazz it up? Yeah, dude, you can. Get a jazz it up. Emotes in chat. Go ham. Jazz it up. Hold on, I gotta log in to mix it up. That's where the jazz it up is through. Give me a sec. Real Wiz says every match I've seen on Master Duel is Malice Ryziel. A lot of Malice. We'll look at the Master Duel stuff as well. We're going to start with the Master Duel stuff because the Master Duel tournament is over. We'll start with the Master Duel after we go over the balance, and then we'll start looking to watch the TCG matches. All right, here's your Jazz It Up, dude. Here's your Jazz It Up for the Jazz. Once again, it was Jazz's birthday the other day, so happy birthday once again to Jazz, dude. Happy birthday again to Jazz. Jazz It Up and show no mercy. But yeah, so like there's a lot of stuff that's just not legal over, you know, in this event because like, again, most of the stuff is stuff from Battles of Legend and just, you know, Europe just literally got it yesterday because of, you know, a product error. Who would have thought Konami would make product mistakes? If you guys saw my retro pack videos the last couple days, you'll probably get a chuckle out of that little aside there. But otherwise, the rest of this is just normal business. There's a couple cards on here that are a little different in terms of like being banned and limited due to obviously like a tier, you know, like Ryziel cards. You know, these are Sprite Blue. Like these cards are not touched over here as hard as they are in OCG. So you kind of have to mix a lot of this stuff together. But, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, the ban list for this is not the craziest thing. Honestly, it really, I think the world's ban list kind of favors the TCG players a little more every single time when you have not a big window of difference in decks that are being released. But in terms of this one right now, I think this format heavily favors the OCG players because they've had Vanquish Soul, they've had Canine, they've had Yummy and Dragon Tail, and all these other decks in between, Malice and so on. They've had him for like a long time. You know, going on a year plus for some of these decks. So their experience is significantly higher in the playing field. But to that side, also a really big difference between the two is, you know, not having our good boy Max C legal for the OCG players is a big deal. You know, I would imagine that some of these OCG players are really like, their deck building is going to be a lot different not having access to Max C. Vanquish Soul for sure. Like Max C is very relevant. I mean, it being an Earth is super important. Even in the Yummy, having the Earth is super important. So Max C not being legal for some of these OCG players might actually be kind of a big deal. You know, it's a crazy card. Real Wiz says, I had to quit paper Yu-Gi-Oh, but Master Duel helps fill the void, and I restarted your account and made fees with Unchained. How's that deck been running, man? How's that deck been running? We got to Masters the other day on Master Duel. I feel so cool to end this our first season as Masters. It's kind of cool. But yeah, the rest of the ban list, like I said, some of this stuff is like whatever. Some of it is kind of impactful, but for the most part, I wouldn't be like the ban list here is not, I don't think, to be the big deciding factor. It's just really going to come down to the deck building choices that these players are making. So first things first, I do want to start off with the Master Duel stuff because Master Duel has ended. It did end. Ragnarok took it home, beating out Chiba Corp, which I was really hoping Chiba Corp would win, especially because Joey Chow is a fellow you know, duelist from Utah, where, you know, I was just previously living and like, you know, exploring a lot of the stuff on the channel of the duelists of Utah. And Joey's a really great guy, super good at the game. He's a UDS champion, multiple YCS tops, championships, national tops, etc. This is his first time going to the Worlds, especially in regards to like Master Duel. It's pretty cool. So big congrats to Joey, Pac, and Enzo though for taking it to a second place finish when they were kind of like, in terms of their like performance yesterday, they were super underdog in it. And it was kind of cool to see them like really just push through. But Miss, Luca, and Nesh did take it home at the end of the day. But this is all the decks that are represented in the Master Duel portion of Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2025. Obviously, Ryziel and Malice are the biggest represented, as is no shock to me whatsoever. What really shook me though is like no Blue Eyes, man. There's like, I think there's literally one Blue Eyes White Dragon player in the entire field. Yeah, that one of the duelists from Japan brought a Primite Blue Eyes deck as their second deck choice. So kind of for me, like I said, kind of sad to see, kind of sad to see no Blue Eyes representation really at all on here. It's just Malice and Ryziel all over the place. Another really big common one, especially for a lot of the North American teams, was Memento. Memento was really prominent, and it's kind of sort of an anti-Malice strategy in and of itself of what it does. You know, it kind of plays against Malice just with what the cards do. So kind of a very heads-up choice. A lot of people playing it. Even some super big notable names like Pac, for example, having Memento as one of his decks was a really big one. You know, Pac being probably one of the most like famous, if not one of the best Memento players in the TCG. Very good at the game, at the deck. Jesse Cotton also brought Memento. Joshua Schmidt was playing Memento. This was a sad one to watch. This team, you know, being world champions, and then also Jesse's team being world champions, got knocked out very early yesterday on day 0, I guess you can really call it for like the whole event, but day 1 of Master Duel. To be honest though, this team just really didn't have it in the cards. Like Joshua Schmidt just got absolutely obliterated every single duel. I don't think anytime I tuned in, I saw Josh like actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh. The dude seemed to have bricked like every single round he was playing. So it kind of feels bad. You know, I'm a huge fan of Joshua Schmidt. I really like him and his like style of deck building, of playing. So kind of sad to see their team drop out like so early on in the tournament. But you know, it is what it is. It's Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Sometimes you have the best draws. Sometimes you just get absolutely obliterated and cooked. You know, like kind of sad, right? Kind of sad. But overall, though, like I think it was a really good showing of like what we've experienced on Master Duel, playing it ourselves. Just the Ryziel and the Malice just absolutely dominating the field out there. Interesting enough, though, there was a couple of other decks that were like really prominent in here. Obviously, the Fiendsmith engine makes an appearance in a lot of these decks in the field. A lot of Fiendsmith variations. You know, Crystron was also another deck choice, engine choice that was pretty popular. Same with Sky Striker Tenpai. Lot of these going second, you know, blind second decks to kind of just try and like blow you out, you know, with the classic like Harpy's Feather Dusters and etc. But yeah, at the end of the day, very I think the Master Duel stuff was really good. Mad Pepsi coming on another $2 donation for the super chat. Thanks, brother.
Opinion on super rejuvenation.
Thank you so much. I'm loving the chat for Matt Pepsi with that another super chat, man. Absolutely insane, man. But yeah, what do you guys think of like the Master Duel stuff, like deck playing field? Before we go into like Master Duel matches, we're definitely gonna take a look at some of these games. I gotta say, dude, for me, real quick before we jump into matches, is I've never watched Master Duel features before, because before just like the last couple of weeks when we've been diving hard into Master Duel on the channel, on the live streams, I haven't really had an interest in Master Duel, both as a player and as a viewer. After watching the World Championship matches and like just wow, I'm blown away. Like it actually like it's like it was better than the TCG. Like I hate to say it, man, but like dude, like their setup, their stage, the casters. No offense to Marcello and Tom and Billy, I love all you guys, but you know, Leonard and gang are really turned it up on the like feature match like stage. They absolutely brought a lot of energy to the crowd and stuff like that. But definitely, I gotta say, like I was really dialed in watching those Master Duel things, and just like having all three of the games present at one time was just so cool to kind of be able to like pan around and watch all the duelists playing, watch the matches back and forth on the games. I thought that was really clean. I thought the setup was really good. Not to take away from the TCG side of it. You know, obviously there's other stuff going on here. There's Duel Links as well, but I'm not going to cover that. I'm not a Duel Links enjoyer in any regard, but you guys can check it out on your own time. We're only going to look at Master Duel, and we're going to absolutely look at the TCG. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the Master Duel portion first in terms of the like the matches themselves. So this is going to be going over quote unquote day 2 for them, but for day 1 of the TCG. We're not going to go over day 0. I just want to go over like the kind of the top 4 bracket for Master Duel, because it pretty much represents like almost the entirety of like the stuff that was actually relevant when it came to deck building and card choice. So I mean, I didn't get to watch all of this earlier because this started at like 3 a.m. my time. So I only watched the finals for the Master Duel portion. So this is all going to be like new for me as well. But let's go ahead and find our first game here. Obviously, we're gonna have this muted because I don't want to like I want our audio to go over their stuff. So I thought this was really sweet how they did this though. I really like that they had this setup where they have all 3 of the players at the same time playing, all 3 of the duels set up, and it's just like which team gets the 5 wins first out of their 9 duels in their 3 sets. So here we have the Duel A, Duel B, Duel C. So you get all 3 of them. So we're starting off here. We have this Fala Guerrera team versus Tribacorp. This is the team I really wanted to take it all the way. I really wanted them to win, but sadly that's not what happened. Nib was the best card all day. Nibiru was really good from the matches I saw. So was Called By. Called By was a god card. Like I said, I mean, I like I've said before many times, dude. I really truly think Called By should just not be a legal card. It really just brings home a lot of games. I feel like even in the TCG games, it wins. The win rate on activating a Called By is like absurd. It's crazy high, right? It's crazy high. So this was an interesting thing to see as well. Like these are like these anti-Malice strategies. Joey Chow was piloting a Malice deck as one of his main decks here for the tournament. Enzo was rocking the Ryziel, while Pac was rocking the Memento as their like kind of like primary strategies. Chaos Hunter was a really common one that we saw. I saw this a lot on the first day of matches as well. But Chaos Hunter is sadly like super easy for this deck to out, right? Because you just have access to Nightmare Cerberus, which is 2 bodies. Whether they whether they summon Chaos Hunter after your first like resolution of an effect. But if you normal summon in Dormouse, you don't care about Chaos Hunter because you're going to be going in and get the Marsh Hare out, or the Chessy Cat if you prefer the draws, if you already have the Marsh Hare. So you're just going to go into the Cerberus and destroy that Chaos Hunter. Like they have to have a Veiler or an Imperm for your play to like not be valuable. So very, very like, I don't know. Chaos Hunter's a cool card, dude, but I really don't think it was worth the deck space. Like I wouldn't have played it. If I was playing deck building, I would not have included it because every Malice player is going to be resolving these Nightmare Cerberus plays. And then you just go Marsh Hare and then you're just gaming, or Gold Sark, right? It's just like, there's really no point, I think, in playing the Chaos Hunter. I think it was Lancia or nothing, to be honest, in terms of like main deck anti-Malice hatred, outside of like board breaker cards. But yeah, I agree. Real Wiz, absolutely. Lancia is just a better card, just a better card. Chaos Hunter is cool because it gives you a body to play with. But I think like every Malice player was like on a Cerberus. I mean, it really makes no sense to not play the card. We did it in the TCG as well. That's why Chaos Hunter was very, very not favorable in the side deck over Lancia. Although some people played 3 of each. They went just really hard. But yeah, we see here on this first game, just like Enzo comboing off pretty hard. He's got the full board set up over there already for Ryziel, and Joey is just thinking on his line here if he wants to go. But one thing I want to say that I took from like the few games I got to see of this while it was live is they really need to ban Appaloosa. And we experienced it too while we've been playing Master Duel last few weeks. They need to ban Appaloosa out of Master Duel. The card is so degenerate. Like it really, truly, every duelist that I saw was either like going for Appo or Access Code Talker. Even when they're going first, they were summoning Access Code Talker just to have like a 5,300 attack body that threatens like you lose next turn if you don't interact with this card. So you have to play through my hand traps, you have to play through my Malice board, you have to play through my set MTPs and TB11s. And then you got to kill an Access Code Talker as well. That's a tall order, right? Especially if you're like using hand traps to try and interact, which like the Mole Charmers were the most commonly played cards, obviously outside of Max C, in terms of the hand trap. Yeah, it's true. You in your deck, you can just dump the Lancia. You can just get access to it back. You think they should hit the engine more than the Appaloosa? Okay, so is this guy just playing like sprites? He's just playing level 2, like just level 2 monsters? The first thing I think of when I see these types of cards is sprite. I feel like every time I've seen a Swap Frog or a Ronin Toad, Nimble Angler, Nimble Beaver, it was always comboed with like summoning Gigantic Sprite or Sprite Elf, and then it's like, oh, cool, you know? Dominus Impulse is pretty good. Turning off the nimble monsters is pretty good. Yeah, so look, this player's got a Gimmick Puppet FTK. There were a number of people in the bracket that had Gimmick Puppet FTK as a strategy, which like is really good, but it's also, I think, really dangerous at the same time, because like, I guess if you don't draw the right interruptions against the deck, you just lose. Really, we only played against it once on Master Duel, and we beat them because I had Drill Beam for their freaking field spell, right? So that's all that mattered. Just getting rid of the field spell. I don't care about the rest of your deck, dude. It's just a pile of just junk at that point. But you know, if they go first and you don't have like a way to interrupt their field spell, it's pretty bad. The field spell is so nasty. But even without the field spell, the deck is gross. Like, their exceeds are just way too good. But you don't think Appaloosa should be banned out of Master Duel? I don't know. I really think that the card should be banned, man. I think here, let's put this on like faster speed. I'll put it on like double speed, man. I'll pause it when we need to, because some of these turns take like 80 years. Because like, I don't know if they have like an increased timer or not, because I don't see the timer on their screen. I don't know what their timer is like. I'm sure they have a time situation just for like tournament etiquette, but I don't know if it's like more than the normal Master Duel games, because some of these turns like it feels like like a TCG turn, like it's just an eternity, like 15 minutes, like forever, you know. Sprite Sprint, man, such a cool card. I really like Sprite Sprint. I played in Salamangreat. What I think is like really interesting though is like one thing you got. Like, I'll pause right here. Is I feel like most of the teams, not every, but a lot of the teams had like at least one of their players seated on like anti-meta shit. Like some sort of like, anti-malice deck, or like some weird combination of like cards that just kind of cripple the main two threats, which is Ryziel and Malice. Like, kind of interesting that like each team had a player that was pretty much dedicated towards having like one of those like FTK combo style decks. So I'm talking stuff like Memento, Mermails, Millennium, the Gimmick Puppets. These decks that like if they just go unchecked and get the combo off, you just lose. You just can't beat it. Literally, you just have to scoop it up. You just lose the game, right? I mean, Gimmick Puppet, since it is an FTK, actual FTK, but a lot of the teams had decks like this at their fingertips, just to kind of, I don't know. I think it's a good like strategy, just to not only build like the best decks, right? Obviously, you need players that can play these. You have to have Malice. I think Malice and Ryziel were on every single team in the entire tournament. I mean, you'd be a fool not to play these decks, right? But to have other strategies as well that some of the players might not be like ready for is kind of a big deal, you know. Like, we see people that had like main decked triple tactics, talents, and thrusts, right, to like counteract some of these turn one boards. We also seen players with like main decked evenly matches, you know. So it's just like it's pretty interesting, man. Honestly, like I think the deck building for this tournament was pretty cool. A lot of choices. Because you don't have a side deck. Even here, I noticed they don't have a side deck either. It's all best of one, and each player just has 2 decks they can rotate between each of the matches. It's whoever gets to 5 wins first with a maximum of 9 games, right, over three little rounds. Really? So Nesh timed out, and because I didn't get to see the semifinal. I only watched the grand final. I only got to watch the grand final. Baha, what's up, dude? You probably comes from having a shared ban list as a team. That too. That is true too. You have to adhere to like certain deck building like laws and regulations at the same time as well, huh? Okay, so yeah. Yeah, Memento just seemed to be like a really good choice, dude. Oops. Lost my stream chat for a second there. Refresh it. Lost my stream chat. There we go. Are you playing today, Bao? Or are you staying home? Because they have a case tournament going on in Utah today for their World Championship celebration event. Even though Worlds is technically over today already, but Maxi though, man, this card I feel like it's just so good. Do you guys think Maxi should be banned? I'm not even trying to cap. I'm like dead serious. Like through like you know, a lot of these games, like Maxi has been such a crippling card, dude. And I know I watched the grand finals and Maxi literally was like the winning card. Straight up was the winning card. I saw a lot of Baguskas being summoned as well, which I think is a great heads up play. I think Baguska is just such a powerful card, dude. Especially if you're playing a Ryziel rank 4, like it's just such a good card. Especially because like if they're forced to interact with it, and once it's gone, you just have like a 3 or 4 material detonator, and you're just like vibing. You just clip them apart, right? So yeah, this is definitely a win for Enzo. I don't think their opponent has no cards. This is just GG. Just go to battle phase right here, you know. That's all you need. That's all you need, man. That's all you need. That Ryziel deck is good, man. Like we gotta build it on Master Duel as our next deck. I'd like to play it. I really like the deck, and I played it in the TCG quite a bit when it first came out. Won a lot of tournaments with that deck, dude. That deck slaps, man. I saw that there was a player that was playing. I did this too. I played the Spirits once in the deck. I played it at a tournament. I went 5-0 with that thing, dude. It was like playing the Sakatama and Aratama cards. Dude, those things were cooking, man. They were so good. They were so good. What are you playing today, dude? Are you playing the Yummy? Playing the Cupsy Wupsy? Voiceless Voice was another deck that had a pretty decent showing out here too. I mean, Voiceless Voice inherently has a decent matchup against Malice, which is kind of neat, you know. I like the Voiceless Voice deck. I'd like to learn how to play that one too. Or I mean, I know how to play it, I just don't have the cards. I'd like to get the cards to play. I think it's a cool deck. So it looks like we got, you know, good old Ryziel action going on in the game. We got Fiendsmith combo going on over here. We got Malice going on over here. Mad Pepsi says probably. We got Memento down there. Yeah, the Fiendsmith stuff was just something, stuff I didn't really see a lot of. And there was a decent amount of duelists using Fiendsmith on their teams, but obviously it didn't make it to the end, you know. Nibiru is going hard though, man. I gotta say, like, I'm surprised that people aren't playing Nibiru a lot. And this has been one of the fun things for us playing Master Duel. We've just been getting away with murder out there with Blue Eyes because no one's playing Nib. People just weren't playing Nib. We were just going into like the Crimson Dragon Seifer combos and just never being punished for it, and it's crazy. I feel like Nibiru just should be a staple, man. The card just cooks against Ryziel, cooks against like the combo decks. Obviously, you have to drop it at the right time. You can't just throw Nibiru down whenever you feel like it. There's a time and a place for it. Especially against something that has Ryziel cards in it, right? Because then they can just be like, oh yeah, sure, you nibbed me. Okay, cool, let's go to Ryziel combos now, and we're fine. So it's everyone just He's just comboing off, dude. It's crazy. I think Joey's going for game over there, man. Joey's going for a game down there on Duel A for sure. But we'll just like really quickly just go through these first ones because like I already know what's going on the finals. Yeah, this Yugioh stuff though. Oof. It's such a good deck. Wow, dude, like Matt, that's always the worst feeling, right? When you're just like you're trying to play and your last card's like a bonfire, then they just have Ash, you know, it's just like the worst. Just the worst. But then they like, you know, they clutch it out, you know. So it's like one player's going to Mermills over here, and we got Christian going on over here, and we still have like, you know, Malice popping off. The Christian stuff's really good. Cyber Dragon Infinity is such a scary card, you know, such a scary card. I don't know about the Mermill stuff though. I feel like the Mermill stuff was like, it's so, I don't know. I feel like the deck is so copium, man. No offense to any Mermill enjoyers, I just feel like that deck is so copium. The deck just like inherently loses to so many cards. I mean, obviously you literally can just like FTK your opponent with it, but in the grand scheme of things, like, wow, look at those 3 hand traps. All those cards are really good against your deck. Like, the deck just like it just inherently struggles against a lot of the like just generic main deck cards. Maxi, Fuvalos, Perulia, Nibiru, Ghost Bell, Ghost Ogre, Ash, Veiler, Imperm, Dominus Impulse, Dominus Purge. Like all of these cards greatly impact the deck. But it doesn't like obviously win you the game, you know, if you have those cards. Because the deck can still put out a lot of like crazy stuff. As you can see right there, you just put 320-800 on the board. You don't have to use your deck. You're good to go. I remember like Mulan Glacia was a topic a lot of people had a few months back in the TCG as like a card to ban. You know, because Mermill decided to just like pop off for like a couple YCSs earlier this year, and was just like kind of like really pulling people's leg, and people were getting really annoyed by really annoyed by Mulan Glacia. Being able to just basically delinquent duo your opponent on a dime is pretty insane. Pretty insane. See, that stuff I don't know in terms of like how the deck building rules are in this. So you can only pick like certain numbers of types of cards. That's very interesting. So I guess that makes deck building really hard. Makes deck building really hard. You all just can't play the same like types of cards. I think that's really interesting, to be honest. Yeah, the end board for this deck is so scary. Like you have the Omni Negate, you have the Spell Negate. Like it's so powerful, dude. The FA Don Draxler is such a good card. That's what feels bad. Imagine like popping a bluff. You just popped a bluff Foolish Burial, man. Feels bad. That feels bad right there. Yeah, they clutch this out. They win this set. They win that set. They were cooking. Just want to get to the next. Oh, where's the last one? Oh, here we go. Yeah, this one. This match I didn't get to see. This is the other semi-final match. So this is what you're talking about, where he lost lost a timeout. So what do we got going on here? We've got some Fiendsmith strategy. We got Yugioh and looks like Mermills down there. It looks like a Neptibus. Yeah, yeah, it's Mulan Glacia. That's a Mermill deck for sure. Dude, the Fiendsmith cards are crazy though, man. These cards are so good. I feel like they're even better on Master Duel than they are in the TCG, man. I think the Fiendsmith cards are just so powerful in this. Same with these cards. All of the like Millennium stuff, those cards are like not even used in the TCG at all. Like outside of the actual like Millennium deck to go for the, you know, the Exodia OTK. But on Master Duel, it's like a full engine, man, that people just like throw into decks. And it's just like, it's really good. I mean, it forces interaction because it gets you like so many bodies to go into Fiendsmith combo. And then there's like lines to bridge it into the Snake Eyes stuff. It's like, it's pretty good. I did see like some people were playing Snake Eyes out here, which is, I mean, it's totally viable because Original Sinful Spoils is legal on Master Duel. The card's still illegal. You can just bridge literally anything, anything into a Snake Eyes Ash. Yeah, this is when you just lose. Like if you just have like when you have Mermaid doing this type of a board, you just lose, bro. Like they get out totally awesome. Is totally awesome legal on Master Duel? Or is it banned? Is it legal? God, these Poseidra's so good, dude. And it's like you get to like rip 3 cards out of your opponent's hand in this strategy. You rip 2 with the Glacia, and then you rip 1 with the Deep Stream Minstrel. And of course, like, you get to see your opponent's hand with the Deep Sea Minstrel, which is crazy. And then you get to Water Barrier statue them at the end. Isn't that cool? You just floodgate them. You just floodgate them. I don't know how these statues are all still legal, dude. It's just I think only the wind one is banned because of, you know, the stupid birds. Gosh, Dragoons is just such a broken card. Like, Atlantean Dragoons, man. That card is just so nasty. That card is so nasty that it's not once per turn. It's so good, dude. So good. Yo, this guy got a Saryuja going on. Whoa. Okay, let me draw 4 new cards real quick. I love Saryuja. It's probably one of my favorite Exceed monsters, dude. It's probably one of my favorite Exceed monsters. I do really, really, really like Saryuja. The card's so cool, dude. Nesh was cooked. His opponent someone's access code and the board blew up because of time. That's crazy. Oh, I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see that. Got the little World Chalice Guard Dragon gnawing on that little nut in double speed is actually terrifying to look at. I don't like it. Here we go. This guy's got the board, bro. Like full Ryziel combo and on the Baguska. That's what I was doing when I was playing the deck in TCG. The Baguska's so gross. Like if you like the first iteration of it I was playing, man, it was so nasty. You'd have like end on like Detonator, Duo Drive, and then you would also have drawn 3 cards off of Dugaris and then another card off of Ryziel Cross. You have like a really nice sculpted hand, and then you end on Baguska. It's like it was so hard for people to out that. And they're doing that on Master Duel as well, which is great. I think that is that way to do it. Like the Baguska is terrifying. If you don't have Droplet or like, you know, what's it called? Dark Rule No More, just like ready to rock. Like Baguskas are so annoying. Such an obnoxious card. Obviously Link monsters don't get affected by it. So if you do have ways to just like throw monsters on the board, like with Malice, without having to use their onboard effects first, then you're fine. But yeah, I don't know. It is such a cool card. I know a lot of people hate Baguska. I love the card. I think the card is really cool. I'm also an Abyss Dweller lover. I'll admit it. I love the card Abyss Dweller. I don't think that card should have been banned at all. I thought that card was really, really good. But it's, you know, a lot of people were just getting sick of the floodgate like auto wins that it can set up, which I guess sure it does do that. You know, summoning Dweller, you know, like I remember like when I was playing like the Ryziel deck and using Dweller, and I was like able to like use it multiple times with like twins. So like you get the Dweller off on their turn, then they had to out it somehow, and then you guys equip twins, bring it back and Dweller it again. So like you could just use one Dweller like multiple times. Like that was so gross, dude. That was so gross. I'm glad Eclipse Twins doesn't exist on Master Duel, because then Ryziel would be like broken, man. You get those 5 material detonators basically, right? Direct attack, there you go. Saryuja, man. Not bad. What else we got? Dude, they 3-0'd. They 3-0'd on that first set. That's crazy, man. That's actually insane. They 3-0'd. Were there other like duels that were like just straight 3-0s? The sets that I got to watch yesterday and today were not 3-0s at all. Some of them were like they got like maybe 1 or 2 wins, but a lot of the ones I saw, they were like really like good, just back and forth. Really good back and forth Yu-Gi-Oh. So you're saying it's in this set right here is where he loses to the timer? Malice, man. God, his deck is just so crazy, dude. Just, oh man, I really hope they ban Appaloosa, to be honest. And then I also really hope that they address Malice in some way in Master Duel, because this deck is just over the top, dude. It's just too good. It's too good. Splash Mage. And I think, I don't know, Appaloosa, I just feel like Appaloosa needs to be banned though, because Appaloosa just turns off interaction. You make that so fast with this deck, like you just kind of like negate the possibility of even being able to interact with your opponent, right? You just can just turn off hand traps like so fast. Then the rest of your turn is just free. Because it's always gonna be at least 2 materials with the deck, right? It's always gonna have at least 2 negates. Dude, this guy's just going in with the Snake Eyes cards. Like Promethean Princess. He's giving him max C draws too. Look at this, bro. Flamberge. Like he's just giving him. Look at how many cards this guy has, man. Holy moly. Was it gonna be Raging Phoenix into an Ambler Whale, probably? Oh, Sunlight Wolf, I guess. Sure. Dude. Wow. I mean, obviously you're gonna summon under the zone to get the add back of the Ash. Yep. Okay, so bro, what the heck? How many cards does this guy have in his hand, man? How many cards does he have? It's like you can't even fit it on the screen. Bro's got so many cards in his hand, you can't even fit it on the screen, bro. Like Max C, dude, is just, as much as I love Max Z as a card, it's just in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, it just doesn't need to exist, dude. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I feel like this card just doesn't need to exist in modern Yu-Gi-Oh. I think the Mold Charmies are also pretty like obnoxious, but at least the Mold Charmies, like you have to have no cards. You can only use up to 2 of them in a turn, and then they're specifically set to different parts of special summoning mechanics. It's not like Max C where you can just activate it and you go first, you set up a whole board. Oh yeah, draw phase Max C, and your opponent's just like, oh cool, I have to fight through all this stuff, and then you're gonna draw like 20 cards. Like sick, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's just, and it's obviously every time you summon from anywhere you get to draw. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I don't know. I'm like serious though. Like, do you guys think Max C should be banned? Do you think it should be banned? This is like the crazy like Malice board right here that you know, people are going for, right? Like you go for like as fast as possible Appaloosa with 2 negates, and then you go for Malice board, then you go for Firewall Dragon, and then you go for Singularity, send the Worm, right? Like you just have like, you get the spell negate, and then you have like the Firewall interactions to get like the special summons, and return to hand to bounces to bounce your opponent's cards. It's like, it's crazy. Then you have like the Heart Scriptor, non-targeting banish, plus the negates with Appo. Like it's just a lot of stuff on the field, dude. It's like it's crazy, man. If you really think about it, it's insane. I don't know. I just feel like Appaloosa just adds so much unnecessary insulation to an already absurdly powerful deck. Like Malice doesn't need it. The deck's already ridiculous without Appaloosa. As we've seen in the TCG, we had Appo banned long before Malice existed over here. So we never got to play these types of boards, you know. The whole like premise of the OCG style, where they were going into, you know, the Firewall, into the Singular Dragon for the Worm / Cloud Dragon Malong plays, like that version of Malice didn't really take off very well in the TCG. We adapted the deck a lot differently over here because like those plays were just so brittle. Like it was actually like really easy to out those types of fields. There was not a lot going on that end board. You know, it was good, but like it wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. Especially when we had triple tactics talents, you know, in 3s of every deck. It was pretty easy to dismantle that field. This is crazy though, man. Synchron says yes. Wiz says no. If Charmers are legal, then Maxi is fine. Problem solver, cross out at 3. You think cross out should go to 3? Interesting. 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 Dude, I like this. I like how he like linked into the Nightmare Phoenix. That's really good to get the pop on the board, and then also get the draw, which you could draw into a hand trap here because a lot of your, like, since your Snake Eyes, your engine is out of the deck, so you just have a lot of non-engine left. But then also like having the co-linked like link monsters is pretty dope because they can't be destroyed by battle, which is pretty dope. Man, this guy has so many cards though, like, and it's Memento, right? Like, how do you stop this? I guess also this is another thing too, is like having a bunch of cards in your hand sometimes doesn't really even matter as much in modern Yu-Gi-Oh as you'd think. Called By is the best card in the game. Like, I'll be honest, like I think Called By is hands down the most powerful card in Master Duel. Like 100%. The card is ridiculous, bro. I think it's bad. I think it's stronger than Max C, man. Called By is obscene. The card is nasty, dude. Absolutely nasty. Call By's at 2 on Master Duel, isn't it? I think it is. Which is why it's so good, dude. So good. I mean, even in the TCG, like the card is just broken. Like it really, like I'm not a fan. I don't like Call By. I think Call By should not be a legal card. I think the card is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Because it in my opinion, why I think the card shouldn't be legal is because it defeats the purpose of Konami forcing me to play interactive cards. It also takes away follow-up. It also takes away combo starters, combo extenders, interruptions in the graveyard. Like it does too much as one card. Way too much. It applies way too much pressure for just one card. When the card first came out, it was cool, but like we weren't playing 20 hand traps in our decks back in 2018, 2019. We had like 9. 12 was like obscene. If you were playing 12 hand traps, people were like, "You're crazy, man. You're insane. Why are you playing so many hand traps?" Right? Like, yeah, it was just a different world, dude. So Call By was just a very different card. Like honestly, back then, Call By was like really mostly used to like stop Salamandrake Gazelles or Spinnies or Sky Strike Race Ray, obviously Orcus Nightmares, things like that. That's where Call By was good for that type of stuff. But the hand traps, it wasn't a big deal. Now it's just like you need the hand trap and the Call By just cooks the hand traps, right? Obviously, but you can also hit extender cards. Like you could, versus like Memento, you could hit the Creation. That's huge. If you banish Creation out of the graveyard, that's like the follow-up is like really bad. Obviously, like in our deck, Blue Eyes, if we use our Spirit Dragon to tribute, they just Call By it. Oh, great. We just lost a body plus an extender effect. Kodarin. Pot of Greed is banned because it is universally good, therefore it will be played in every deck, and draw resources are hugely powerful. Max C and cards like it are arguably even more powerful. Pot of Greed, I wish Pot of Greed was legal. I think the card would be great. I think the card would be, it's just a great Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's getting a Starlight in the tins. It's a Starlight in the tins, man. I'm so excited for that. I love me some Pot of Greed, man. I actually like, I kind of want to do like a discussion on the like full set list of the tins. The whole set list has been revealed. Every card, it's like 500 cards. It's ridiculous. Kind of want to make a video on it because like I have a lot of reservations about it, both positive and of course some negative as well. But we're not going to talk about that right now. But I will say that Pot of Greed is a Starlight, dude. It's pretty cool. As well as a lot of other banned cards. They're printing so many banned cards in the tins and I'm just confused as to why they're doing that. But I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, this Memento deck though is cracked, guys. It's just absolutely it's a good deck. Very, 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 very good deck. I'm trying to remember, like, we played against Memento quite a number of times on our grind to Masters, and I don't know if we beat. I think we lost to it like most of the time. We did beat it a number of times, but I think I lost to it more than I won against it. It's just such a hard deck to interact with, especially with very limited amounts of interruptions and like Blue Eyes. Deck's just, it has so many parts. Like every single card does like 5 things. Like every single card is just like crazy good. Especially this little guy, man. The freaking Ghost in the Attic. That card's ridiculous. That card's insanely powerful. Both teams are tied up right now though. 3-3. 3-3. Yeah, we got Memento down here, Memento up here. This looks like probably this is a Malice. I don't know what this deck could be. I mean, I'm playing a Magnamut. Magnamut's pretty generic. A lot of these Goblin Biker cards though, I've seen as well throughout the event. Like a lot of Goblin Biker cards like teched in the decks, which is kind of cool. It's a good engine. Like it's a lot of free monsters. Like if not, you're obviously like if you can set up going first, it's pretty good against Rise Yo because you can just like eat all their materials. You can just eat their materials before they can even resolve or activate effects. But it's mostly just, it's a lot of free monsters for you. Which is so cool. I think they're really cool. I think the Goblin Biker engine is really sick. I wish that deck like actually did a lot more in the TCG. It's just sadly it just isn't good enough. It's just not good enough. This is a deck I should learn though. The Mementos. I don't know enough about the deck. Like both like obviously playing it and playing against it. I don't know like a lot about what the deck, what all of the cards do. I just know what the deck tries to accomplish and the type of field and end board that it wants. I just don't know how to get there. I haven't actually tried to touch the deck before. Yeah, this card. Moral of the story though, man, this card needs to be banned. I'm gonna say it every time it's summoned though. Appo needs to be banned. Card is ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Every deck in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh can just make a rank, just a link 4 like for free all the time and not care. Like it's just, the card needs to be banned, man. I'm sorry. Like it's, I know some of you were saying that the card isn't the problem, it's the decks and the engines, but like yeah, you're partially right, but also not right at the same time. Like Appo just needs to go. The card sucks. The card is not good. It's a cool card, but like, and when it first came out, it was like really good and it was like kind of neat. But then as time goes on, you have more of these decks that can just freely summon it. Especially like Malice can summon it before you can even nib them. Like it's insane. You know, like that's bad. That's not good. That's not good. Maria, what's up? Welcome in. Thought I would watch the Worlds live? Well, I mean, the World started at 3 a.m. for me. I was still asleep. I only watched like a couple of the games as I like woke up. So I'm going back and like I want to review them all with you guys. Because I know a lot of you guys probably didn't get to see a lot of the like coverage for this tournaments because, you know, us in North America, this stuff was going on at, like while we were asleep. Because, you know, they're like 8 hours ahead over there in Paris. Nice. Yes, a single card can handle Appo, but you have to have the card, right? You have to draw the card. I'm just talking from a general game sense, just from a general gameplay. Appaloosa just puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on you as a duelist, right? Puts a lot, especially if it's 4 material Appaloosa. It puts a lot of pressure on you. Puts a lot. You have to have those, like that one card, right, to stop it. I don't know. For me, like, I didn't think Appaloosa was a big deal until we had it summoned against us so many times when we were playing in Diamond to get to Masters. And then it was just like, it was always way too relevant. Like, it wasn't, the Appo wasn't just there because it was like, oh, cool, this is a little bit of extra pressure on the board. Like, it was always so relevant. It was always so relevant. Thankfully, my deck, you know, Blue Eyes can deal with it so much easier because I got Drill Beam, bro. I got Drill Beam and I got plenty of monsters I can normal summon that, like Primate Barrel. I just normal summon and just kill it. You just crash, boom. My monster will be 1900, right? But a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh decks don't have that luxury. They really don't. Like, you lose a battle phase to attack over a monster. Like, that's also the added, like, pressure and craziness about Appaloosa you got to put into consideration. The card forces you to waste your battle phase. Like in most situations, you have to waste your battle phase to get over that card. Same with SP Little Knight, but SP Little Knight isn't nowhere near as oppressive. But it's a similar mentality. You have to waste a battle phase on a normal summon monster before you can start playing your deck, because that card just like turns you off, right? It's too good. It's too good of an interaction. You think Maxi would be fine if there was a requirement to control no cards? So they need to errata Maxi, you think? They need to like fully errata it? Fully errata it? Fully errata it, make it. This would be the maxi errata. You can only activate this card during your opponent's main phase, while you control no cards. And then at the bottom of the card text, it'll say, "Oh, you draw one card every time your opponent special summons for this turn. You can only activate one maxi per duel." Wouldn't that be nice? All right, they got it over there. Let me use the restroom real fast while they're doing. Hold on. Okay. Okay, let's go over to the grand finals. I'm gonna skip the dueling stuff. No offense to dueling players, but I just, not my thing. I liked Duel Links when it first came out, when it was just basic old Yu-Gi-Oh! Now it's just like modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like on steroids. It's just not, to me, it's just not appealing. Those Joey shoes though look sick, man. I'm not gonna lie. These Joey Wheeler kicks look badass, brother. Especially if they come with like a Red Eyes Black Dragon stamped with like Nike on it, man. Like the Dark Magician Adidas and the Blue Eyes White Dragon shoes did. Man, kind of want me some Joey Wheeler kicks, bro. Here's the grand finals. This one I did see live this morning while I was like making food for like breakfast and stuff, but I do want to rewatch it because this is a good set. This was a good set, dude. And yes, thank you guys so much for supporting, trying to push people to get those like. But yeah, smash that like button, guys, if you're tuning in. Please and thank you. It helps us out so much. I'm not kidding. The like button is like the craziest like thing about YouTube. It's insane. Hit that like button though. Hey, Marlon. Yeah, this was a great set overall. I just want to like, I want to just huge shout outs to Enzo, Joey, and Pac for like just pushing through. They had a rough tournament experience on day one, but they got in there, they secured it, they clutched it up. They all played really, really well. Honestly, I really think these guys should have just taken it all the way. I really wanted them to win it, dude. I really wanted them to win it. I'm not biased just because I was was living in Utah and really, really like Joey. But at the end of the day, I just thought these guys obviously some of the stuff they was questionable at times, but at the same time like not. I feel like this they should have just underdogged it the whole way through. It would have been so cool. Would have been so cool. But sadly, that's not how it went down. Sadly, that's not how it went down. But at the end of the day, this was a good set. It was a really, really good set. I thought they all played really, really well. I definitely I want to watch this one again because it was really, really good. But it was very anticlimactic how it ended, I'll be honest. For those of you that didn't see it. So you want cross out at 3? You want that to be like you're sorting out your stuff? The only reason I don't like crossout like at 3 is because it really just puts a hard check on mirror matches. Like if you just like side into, like in the TCG especially, but in Master Duel 2, if you're playing against like mirror matches, you just have the crossout. So if you're going first, you just set it, and you're playing Yugioh, and your opponent just like special summons X, you just cross out X, and it's just like, brother, you know, it really sucks. It really sucks. The only thing better than that card in a mirror match is Metaltronus, because it gets the body off of the field, or the card out of the extra deck. But still, like, crossout's cracked in mirror matches. Crossout as a way to like interact with like hand traps and board breaker cards, I think is cool, because you have to play the cards still, right? And you have to like play the odds of not drawing the one Fuvalos you didn't unside, or the one Nibiru you didn't unside, right? So in that sense, I think crossout is cool. But is crossout as like being able to just like turn off every single card because it's, you know, like mirror match potential is why the card is not legal at multiple copies. This guy plays Ryziel so well, dude. Like every time I see Enzo like going off, man, he just like has like the perfect math. He has like perfect boards. Like, I don't know. I really like how he plays the deck. I think he did a very, very good job. This is rough though. This is a rough situation to be in. Yeah, just an Almirage facing down the onslaught of Ryziel. That stinks. That's really not good. Marlon, what's wrong? You want to go out there? Go see your friends. What do we say? Master Duel players have telltale signs. They scrubs Imperm on Aruha. Yeah, there you go. Yep. You're not wrong there, man. There were a number of questionable duelists that we faced when we were pushing to Masters, man. Even in like Diamond games, like I was confused, like, bro. Not to be an ass, but like your deck probably carried you more here than you did as the pilot. Like, good grief, why are we doing these plays? Why are we activating these cards? Why are we trolling ourselves when we have Max C activated? You know, I'm just like, like, oh no. This makes for a good laugh though. It really does. Makes for a good laugh at the end of the day. It really does. Sometimes you be hitting the wrong button though, so I understand that. Yeah, sometimes you just do hit the wrong button, you know, or you just forget. You just forget about stuff. It's very, very easy to forget things. Like I've done that too. I've had way more mental brain fart situations happen and like misplays happen on Master Duel than like I've ever had playing TCG. You know, like, and that's just because of just the nature of just what it is, you know. In the physical cards, you know, for me, like I'm just so much better at just like paying attention and remembering things because I can go through all the cards like so much differently than you can with a simulator, you know. I'm gonna Caesar my Arua's effect to summon. That's another deck I want to learn though too, is the Unchained, man. I want to learn that deck. I have it in TCG too. I have a core for it. I've never played it. Man, Barone though is no joke. This card's cracked. Barone. I think this guy gets outed. I think I remember this board gets outed. He has like full Krishron board and he just gets monkeyed. If I remember correctly. I think this was the duel. Where Luca, this guy just like absolutely goes bananas. I think it's this game. I think it was this one. Oh, this guy actually was playing the Utopia dude. The Utopia Ray Lancer. Cool. It's not a bad card. To be honest, it's not a bad card. Yeah, this is the game where the dude had triple allure. I think. Let's see. I think so. I think this is the one where the dude just has triple allure of darkness, man. I think so. I can't remember. It was one of these. It was one of these, man. One of these Malice games in the grand finals. The dude just draws triple allure of darkness, man. He's just Wow, man, I went +6 this turn. Woohoo! Like, sick. It's crazy. Because you balance him. Yeah, there's the second allure, man. Crazy, dude. Yup. Marchair. Just add back. Get that Dormouse back. So it's triple tactics talent to steal that Barone or bait out, you know, negate right here. Yep, you have to negate that, man. That triple tactics talent. You got Metal Tronus too, man. That's so booty. Metal Tronus is really good. Then you have the Barones negate the Metal Tronus. So then that's like both of the Omni negates gone right there. And then, yeah, summon Dormouse and then just combo off. Like, what can you do? You already used the trap for the pop. Crazy. Yeah, then you're just going in. Then you got Bestial Magnamood on top to get rid of the Don Dragster. You get to search if there even will be an end phase, right? Link Decoder. These cards are too good. These cards are just too good, man. The the Malice stuff is just way too good, man. It's way too good. Because yeah, you just like quickly go into Access Code Talker, and then you get like a 5600 attack beater on the board. It's crazy, dude. Like, there you go, boom. That's game. That's all you need. Then you get non-target banish. See you later. And then yeah, here you go. 8,900. 10,900 damage right there, right? It's just too good. It's so easy to win with that deck, man. It's too easy to win with that deck, so it feels like. Perulia, eh? There you go. Pretty good against Memento. You're gonna draw a lot of cards. You guys think Link Decoder should be banned on Master Duel? I think it's banned. I think it's banned in OCG also. No, it's definitely banned in TCG. That card needed to go for sure in the TCG for sure. Card is such an abusive card. Just like generic cyber stuff is just so powerful with the Malice. So powerful with the Malice. What is the effect of the Creation King? I don't know if I remember what that card even does. Who did you guys want to win the Master Cup or the Master Duel World Championship Cup? What team were you guys going for in the chat? What were you guys going for? I didn't know this, but apparently there was a thing on on the game Master Duel where you could like put your votes in, and if your person like made a certain position, you'd get rewards for it. And obviously the higher they place, the better the rewards. I didn't know that was a thing. I guess I gotta read the updates, you know? I gotta read the updates. I definitely wanted Chiba Corp to win. Definitely wanted Chiba Corp to win myself. PAX team is pretty strong. Yeah, it's a good team. It's a good team. Very good. They're all like... This is another thing too. It's like, I don't know any of these players. I'll be honest. I don't. While watching a lot of the Master Duel like teams, like most of the people I just didn't even know. Outside of, you know, like Jesse Cotton's team, Joshua Smith's team, and then like a couple other people here and there. But this team, I know like every one of these players. You know, these are all like huge, massive players in in our TCG. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, like these are all huge TCG players, like big names, very, very seasoned, very good. So it's kind of cool to see them like stepping in as well, like as a whole team, as a whole unit, just like crushing into the Master Duel. So making it to the grand finals, man, I think is so cool because it's so different. Like, you know, after we've tried Master Duel 2, like it's such a different experience than real cards. Not even just because of the like different ban lists or the best of one. It's just the whole experience of Master Duel is just feels so different. Feels so different. Feels so different. I do like it though. I'll be honest. I really do like. I didn't think I would like Master Duel. I'll be very candid with you. I didn't think I would enjoy it. Like I actually really enjoy playing it. I don't think it's as all doom and gloom as people make it out to be. I think it's actually kind of cool. I really like how Konami like did the event stuff. Like I said, I've never watched like coverage of a Master Duel thing before, so I thought they did a really good job. Like the presentation of this is absolutely incredible. I think they did the production team for this was top notch. This is very well done. Very well done. I definitely wish the TCG side was a little more I don't know, elevated in terms of like presentation. But I know that is one thing that you know, the player base has been critiquing and criticizing a lot this year, is especially just being kind of always seeing and being in the shadows of Pokemon. You know, but it's such a different comparison. I feel like you can't compare Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. They're just completely different, like completely different. That's game right there, man. Look at that. Just woof. Like you just like all this like look at it, like just crazy, like all in your opponent's turn, man. All that on your opponent's turn, bro. You start your turn with 6 monsters. Man, must be nice, man. That's so crazy. So crazy. Good stuff, Joey, though. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Here we go, Appaloosa once again. Appaloosa just really just like playing hard in these games. Just such a good card. Oh, this guy's making Typhon, huh? Yup. All right, we'll get to the TCG matches in a sec here. That's the stuff I really want to see as well, because I didn't watch any of the TCG stuff yet, except for like the last round. I wasn't awake for, you know, the majority of the tournament, man. It starts in the middle of the night. But yeah, this match goes really well. Like they clutch it up and they even it out to 4-4, and literally what wins this game is Max C. In the match, Nesh versus Pac. Nesh has Max C. Pac decides to just full combo through it and gives his opponent like literally a million cards. Joey got, you know, taken apart on that duel, and then yeah, Nesh just has everything. He has like he just like pops off with Max C, draws a million cards, and then he he has triple tactics, thrust, and talents, of course, but he uses evenly matched first. He goes straight to battle phase, evenlies, gets rid of Pac's whole board, and then yeah, then you just like you triple tactics, steal the Appo, and then you just go crazy. He makes his own 4 material Appo, and then yeah, you can't beat this, you know, like it's plus SP, like GG, you know. Like you can't top that guy out of this. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's the Master Duel World Championship experience. Ragnarok takes it at that one. Let's go ahead and get into the TCG games though. I'm very curious to see what's going on the TCG side of things. Great casting crew though. We got Tom, Billy Brake, and Marcello. I love all these guys. They're all extremely good, like world seasoned duelists back in their days. You know, Can't remember if I'm pretty sure Tom competed at Worlds, but Billy Brake and Marcello were in that World Championships. How long until the actual duels? Okay, here we go. Yeah, dude, the like loading time on this stream is like terrible. I think it's cool how they have these little cards on the table. Like the one in the middle has like on one side it's green and has a play button, like play is in play, and then when they flip it over and it's red, that means the game is paused, you know, for some sort of like clerical thing or judging or whatever. Then you also have like a surrender flag you can throw out if you want to lose. Then you have like these like deck ones where you can show that your deck needs to be checked or deck needs to be shuffled. Holy crap, how long do we need to shuffle a deck? Good lord. I did hear though and see like at the like, you know, after the end of the day one, like this duelist is like number one seed. Okay, can we just like, dude, the shuffling is insane. It's actually making me upset. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. The shuffling, I'm sorry, the shuffling there just triggered me, man. That was insane. It took like 5 minutes to shuffle a deck. That's crazy. Jeez, dude. It's cracked. It is a common thing though. I'll say, like, I've been to 3 world championships for Yu-Gi-Oh! And at all 3 of those events, the amount of times I saw people like power shuffling their opponent's decks after they would shuffle them and then cut deck, they would power shuffle their opponent's deck too. That happens so many times. I don't know if you can still do that anymore. Let's see if anybody does it, but the 3 times I was at World Championships, so many people were just pile shuffling. You know, where they go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 1, 2, 1, 2, where they just power shuffle your deck for you. Like every single time you have to cut your deck. Okay, so we got Yummy versus Malice here in the first game of Worlds. Starting off with good old Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage for the drones. Gotta love to see that. I think Yummy is like the deck that is most represented here. I wouldn't be surprised, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if it is the most represented deck. It being like absurdly powerful, especially with the world's ban list. But I didn't see like a little thing that showed like what all the decks like representations were. But my guess is it's either between Yummy or Vanquish Souls. Because Canine Vanquish Soul probably should also be very, very powerful at this format. Really powerful. I did hear there was no Draco Tail though at all. I heard there was literally zero people playing Dragon Tails, which is crazy because like I feel like Dragon Tail would be an insane, pretty good deck in this format too. You know, people just didn't give it the chance. I mean, to be honest, like my deck didn't have any representation as far as I'm aware. There's not a single Blue Eyes player out there. I think the most like prominent like non-meta like rogue strategy that is like just absolutely running through from what I've heard is the Lunalight stuff. So I definitely want to see some of these Lunalight games. Lunalight just seems like a broken deck. I feel like it's just like Lunalight kind of can just auto win a lot of these decks because they just have no way to out the Lunalight Leo Dancer. The new boss monster that just literally can't be destroyed, unaffected, like it just blows up your entire field, all your special summon monsters. That plus the other one that when it attacks it nukes your board. Like, dude. I don't know if like I don't think Yummy has any out to that. Like, and in terms of just like unless your opponent makes a mistake. I don't think you can attack over or get over that card. Especially because they can just board wipe you. So Lunalight's probably a really good choice. Really good choice here. Dang, the glare is crazy. The glare is actually crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a glare on like a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament before. That wasn't, you know, like a locals cameras. That's insane, man. So I don't mean to like nitpick apart, but like just I feel like that's kind of like a part of like the lighting and camera production quality. Like you literally can't see these cards. That's crazy. I feel like that's kind of important from a production standpoint. You know, you're playing at a world championship stage. Should be the best looking, you know, gear, equipment, lighting, etc. The fact that we can't see 3 of the cards on the board is insane to me. And it's not because they're Starlight either, you know? You just can't see the card. Can't see them. Too much glare. Every card is a ghost rare now on his field. Every card is just a ghost rare, dude. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to be an ass. It's just, sorry. I've just been in this like mood lately, dude, where like I'm just kind of really annoyed towards like things in the Yu-Gi-Oh game. I'll just leave it at that. There's Sky Striker cards with the Malice, huh? Okay, we're still on that. I mean, it's still a good engine. Like, it gets you to a Link 2 body, like, right away. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. It's a legit observation. I mean, I feel like it's kind of an important thing in terms of just, like, quality of your production, you know? I feel like it's kind of important to, like, not have glares. I mean, it's something I was always cognizant of when I was doing the like case tournaments and regional coverages and stuff. When I was live streaming the events in Utah, I would always make sure I was setting up to a point where I had the least amount of glare as I humanly possibly could, because I can't change the lights in a store, right? I can't just like get a ladder to just like rip out light bulbs. It's crazy. But I do have lights that I have that I can help fix that. But I don't know. I've never seen that before on a coverage, dude. I don't think I've ever seen like glares this bad before. Hello, Marlon and Penny. Got both the puppies. Backup adding Nister, starting it off here. Interesting. When you, so this is like the big thing too. It's like having Herald of Arclight on the board is really scary, because it will banish unless they negated it. Did they like negate the Herald and I didn't even notice? Was I just like too busy ranting about the lights? They negated the Herald? Because this card should be like banishing all the monsters off the field. Anytime a card is sent from the field to the grave, it's banished. Do you have a favorite card in the Yummy deck? I think mine is Yummy Surprise. I think that card is insane. I think that's my favorite card. Both in card effect, but also in just like, there's Droplet. Nice. Droplet, and then activate Marchairs. Pretty good. Turns off the entire board. We get a banish on the White Rabbit. White Rabbit will summon back, set the trap card, and wow, dude, this is crazy. And this is just like also a really good example of like, you know, the power of Forbidden Droplet, man. And we've talked about it before. We talked about it before when we were like reviewing the Justice Hunters decks a few weeks back, and just like saying that your Droplet is going to be a very powerful card. Droplet's going to be a really powerful card, and it's a really great example right there. Droplet just absolutely just cooks. Like, it turns off the entire field. I want the 2x speed. Turns off the entire field here, and then like you can just start playing. Dark Ruler No More also is super duper powerful. Super duper powerful as well in this format. You could literally just like drop a Dark Ruler, turn off an entire board of cards, and versus K9, literally they can't interact with the card. You know, Yummy cannot interact with the card. You just Dark Ruler and then you start playing. And here we go, just full Malice combo here. Would not be surprised if they just OTK right here. I would not be surprised if they just adding Nister and then summon back like all their links and just like nuke the field and then attack for 80,000 damage. I would not be surprised if that's how this game turns out. Because the opponent cannot interact. They don't have Yummy Surprise, so they can't revive cards, then special summon and tag out and interact with the board. They have nothing. They have nothing here. I guess this is also a good thing still about the Sky Striker engine is it does give you an extra like attribute to banish for access code talker because none of the other monsters in your like your normal rotation of links are fire. So it just adds you, it's an additional destruction at the end of the day. It's really good. It's an additional destruction there. What do you think of the what do you think of all of the Ryziel and Malice cards being in the tins as secret rares, man? What do you think about that? I think that's such a waste. Such a waste. So dumb. I think it's not a good one. Not a good move there not a good move. Here we go. Let's link climb, dude. White binder. I will say though, this is also just like one of the things that is kind of frustrating about being like on the receiving end of Droplet and Dark Ruler No More is just like if you have one card in hand off of your combo, right? And it's not a real interruption, like your opponent's just solitarying you. Like literally, like Yuna is just solitarying right now. Like she can't be stopped. Ruben cannot do anything. He literally cannot do anything. He has no interaction whatsoever. So Yuna is just playing Yu-Gi-Oh by herself right now. Like straight up just playing by themselves. Ruben is just watching. He's just watching a Malice combo tutorial right now, to be honest. Like this is kind of like what's going on. Just crazy. Yeah, there's Nib. Okay, so the last card was an Abir. That's good. That is very, very good. You can still keep going though, right? Right? They'll still be able to keep going. Like White Binder's gonna come back, draw a card. Yep, there's White Binder, draw a card. White Binder effect to set a trap card. Is that the field spell that lets you reborn a Yummy once per turn? Or is that the destruction one? I haven't gotten the pictures memorized. Because I know one of them lets you special summon. It doesn't matter, it's banished now, which really sucks. But one of them lets you special summon a Yummy, and the other one lets you destroy cards on the field when you use your effects. Well, there we go. This is it. This is probably game, right? Because you just go into Link 5 and then you just special summon back literally your entire graveyard and then you access code for game. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. The card is free. The cards are free, man. I'm telling you. But let's see what happens post side. Let's see what happens post side though. Obviously, Ruben's gonna choose to go first once the setup. Yeah, it's the one that revives. Okay. Can you use that effect on your opponent's turn to revive? Or is that only on your turn? Alright, let's see if Ruben's gonna decide to go first. I feel like he probably would still want to go first, even post like sighting. If you have the choice to. You probably would still want to go first. I don't see why not. I don't see why you wouldn't. It's ignition. Okay, so it's only your turn. Only on your turn. I don't know why it takes so long for them to like start the duels, dude, sometimes. Gotta flip over the button, right? Pause and play. Okay, so we're starting off normal summon Cupsy. Go ahead and search for Yummy Surprise, of course. So you have that reborn. Yummy Surprise, you can activate multiple a turn, right? As far as I'm aware, reading the card, it doesn't say you can only use one Yummy Surprise per turn. You can only use each of the effects. You can get the reborn and you can use the bounce. If you have like 2 Yummy Surprises on the field, you should be able to use them both, yeah? which is like good argue to like have two Yummy Surprises in your deck, so you could set them both. So you get a Reborn and you get a double bounce, because the Reborn also helps with your bounce if your opponent gets rid of your board. You can just bounce back your field spell and the monster you summon back and then clear their field away. And then you have plays next turn, right? You have a Reborn and you have a monster to start. Especially if it's Cupsy. You get a search. Yeah, you close to putting 3 in your deck? I'd say, dude, if I was playing Yummy, I would play 2, if not 3 of Yummy Surprise. Card's crazy good. It being a quick play just makes it obscene. Card would suck if it was just a normal spell card, but because it's a quick play, it's insane. It's just literally interruptions on your opponent's turn. You could bring back the Snatchy, bring back the Synchros, and tag out like or summon multiple monsters. Like, it's just so cool. It's such a cool card. I like this deck a lot, man. I kind of want to play it. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to play around. I kind of want to play Yummy. Kind of want to play around with the deck. It looks so cool. Starting with good old Malice and Underground, the most powerful card. I think Malice and Underground is the best card in Malice. Artifact Lancia was drawn though. That's pretty good. That just straight up turns that card off. And then we're gonna go ahead and special summon our 2 bodies, activate Cubsy, draw a card, and Thrust. What do you think about Thrust? Do you think the card should stay at 3, or do you think it should be limited? I have my opinion, but I kind of would like to hear some of your guys' first. Do you guys think Thrust should stay at 3, or do you think it should go to 1? Like they did with Triple Tactics Talent. They just took that card from 3 to 1. Here we go. We get to get a Destruction off, but they got Droplet. Of course. They just are better Yu-Gi-Oh players. Just have all the good cards. Discarded Droplet for Droplet. Wow, they had 2 Droplets. That's crazy. Here comes Lollipo and Snatchy back. Get the Book of Moon effect though on Lollipo. Might be enough though to stop the turn. Yeah, they're just gonna scoop. Yep, they're just gonna scoop. I mean, yeah, there's nothing you can do. You just literally have Malice March here, and it's Book of Moon. You have 1 card in hand. Like, you can't do anything with that. That was good. Even though they had like all of the answers to like the board, it didn't matter. It's very cool. You don't like it because of Featherstorm? I mean, yeah, being able to just like tutor out Featherstorm is pretty rude. Or any like real floodgate card. Synchron says ban Thrust. Oh, you want to ban it? You don't just want to leave. You want to just ban the card. Whoa. Porulia is the card. It's really good against the Ignister version, because you'll essentially give them 1 for your normal summon, 1 for March Hare, 1 for Backup Secretary, 1 for Wizard. So that's 4 draws right there if they actually cycle through all the cards. It's pretty good. I do like these World Championship tokens they're having. Those are really neat. Normal summon Dormouse. Draw 1 off Perulia. Yeah, I would honestly like I wouldn't go as far as banning Thrust, but I would limit it. I would limit it. It just, the card is too abusable. Dude, they just gonna like Nibiru right now. That's crazy. That's such an early Nibiru, dude. That's crazy. You know they're getting a trap card too. So like if they just have like March Hare. That too, man. That too. Yeah, oh yeah, Lizard Hagridose. Yeah, it's just generic, bro. Yeah, you just use your Nib tokens, right? And just make a Lizard Hagridose, and let's just combo off, man. Like that Nib was way too early. At least wait for the Hagridose or the Splash Mage to hit the board, and then you can consider nibbing. But like, dude, that Nib was way too early, man. Way too early. She had 4 cards still in her hand too. Like, there's so much possibility that she has an extender there or something to do. I don't know. I would not have nibbed right there, man. That nib seemed really cracked. Like, What do you guys think? I think that Nibiru was way too early. Way too early. Joda, what's up? Welcome. And you think Thrush should still exist in 3 because of the direction the game is going with people playing turn 0, something needs to punish that? I mean, honestly, that's a good point. When you really think about it, there's a lot of turn 0 play right now in this format, and then there's going to be a lot more in the next form with Phantom Revenge. A lot of those strategies are going to be able to turn 0 play. Especially Killer Tune. That deck is actually really, I'm excited for that one, but also that deck's going to be scary. So scary, man. being able to just do so many like synchro things and rip apart boards before your opponent like can even like get through their plays, right? I'm sorry, the glare though is really, it's really killing me. I'm sorry, like the glare on the field is really annoying. I'm sorry to bring it up, man. It's just obnoxious. It's obnoxious. Why are we having glares, man? Cybers Wicked, dude. There it is. And there's backup secretary. Yep, search. Get the tuner, activate effect, search. Nice. Very good. Yeah, that nib was way too early, man. I just feel like it, yeah, it was just such a waste. Cause like with 4 cards still in hand, and then like also like having 2 bodies to still go into like the Link 2s is insane. I don't know. For me, like every time I've had Nibiru against Malice, I just wait till they like exhaust as many effects as humanly possible. And then I just really think about, okay, you have 2 cards in hand, 3 cards in hand, or 4 cards in hand. Should my Nibiru work here? Like how many extenders can there be that really are relevant? You know, it's like maybe a Bestial or like the Field Spell or Gold Sark, you know, it's just like then like you've used your effect. Yeah, that's the way that every time I've used Nibiru against Malice, I just wait till like the very like last time. Honestly, I feel like it's best suited to like wait till they get to their last line of Link monsters. Make them waste the trap cards too, and then you nib them. Because Nibiru is like, it's not the best hand trap against Malice, but it's pretty good. It is pretty good. But I mean, at the same time, Ruben is like drawing cards off of, he's going to be drawing more cards off of the Perulia here. You got one off the normal summon, you got another one off the backup secretary, you can get another one off of the, you know, the wizard. If she chooses to summon. There it is. That's going to be another draw. Do you think Perulia or Fuvalos is like more powerful against this deck? I feel like, wow, the triple tactics talent. I feel like Perulia is better in this version. Wow, dude, look at that hand. It's just all non-engine, dude. Oh my, whoa. Triple tactics talent is going to steal this game. Turns back the obedient school. I mean, the obedient school wouldn't have mattered against the board that she's about to have, but still, like, holy moly. Yeah, we're gonna go Fuva now, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. BRB a sec. All right, we're back. Yeah, as expected, the yummy one or the loss, the Malice was just way too oppressive there. Billy Break. Oh, they gave us multiple matches at this one. Oh, this is round 2. I was gonna say they had like 2 features. So what do we got? Malice versus K9 Crystron. Interesting. Okay. Do you know how many like Malice players there are in the tournament? Dude, the droplet is pretty good there. Plus Fuvalos. There's Ash though. Okay, they always have. Joda, thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate you becoming part of the Devastator squad. Thank you so much. I feel like I wouldn't have played Malice either. I think it's a good deck for sure. It's one of the best decks in the game in any format currently. But I feel like Malice probably has the biggest target on its head still, as like just like post side. I just feel like so many cards. People are still gonna like heavily side against you. I like this deck a lot. I'll be honest. I think the canine cards are so cool. I think it's a very, very good card design. I like these. I like these cards. I like Ripper. I like the fact that you can interact and negate hand traps with that card. I think that is such a neat, like, see, it's such a neat little like installation piece. I also like that all the monsters are just really big. You just get like massive damage, dude. Like huge damage, like so fast. I mean, you could you could just like OTK out of nowhere with these canine cards, man. They're just so, you can pump them up so much. Oh, no, this is a cool deck. I think I like this guy too. The Psychic monster, this card is so sweet, man. That is such a good card. Like any card that's like a quick effect Book of Moon just makes me happy. I love Book of Moon is one of my favorite spell cards ever made in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I love cards that do that. And then you got the Zeus, man, on top. It's so good. Do you guys like who's here? Who likes the canine cards? Who likes canine? In the chat, let me know. Who's where my canine enjoyers out there? I think these cards are so sick, dude. They're so sick. That hand looks really weird. Normal summon Chessy Cat, yeah. Deli, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Imperm. I've noticed a lot of people just cutting out Imperm out of their decks lately. Do you guys think that's like the way to play? Link Disciple, bro, plays that card? That's crazy, bro. I remember talking about this card not too long ago. When we were like I was just going through like cards. And I was like, this card's actually kind of cool. This card could be a pretty nice, like, not as good as Link. This guy just has everything, dude. Oh my gosh. I didn't see the Azuna there. I thought the bro just had like, I thought you just had all non-engine cards, but that was Azuna. Woof. Woof, bro. You get the Book of Moon there. Shoop. That's so good. Doesn't the Lupus make the monster untargetable? While it's attached as material, doesn't the Exceed gain an effect that says this card cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects? Which is why you can't like Veiler or Imperm Ripper when it goes for the search when you have Lupus. I'm doing good, Deli. I'm doing great, man. Been having a lot of fun this week opening up Retro Pack 2. Our last 2 videos are up. Put up a couple videos last couple days over Retro Pack. And now we're just wanted to take some time today to look over what's going on at World Championships. We'll do this again tomorrow as well, you know, to check out the ending of it. DDG, that's a pretty cool card. All the monsters sent to the graveyard this turn are banished. It's a good card. Joda says Versus can't use and dodges easily. And yes, Lupus does that. That's really cool. Yeah, they're cool. They're really cool cards. I kind of like. I don't know. I like all the Justice Hunters decks. I'll be honest. I think they're all just so cool. They all just play just. They all just have so many cool interactions and such cool card effects. But none of them are intrinsically just broken. You know, like none of them are just like so overpowered. I feel like they're all just like decent, but like all have like points where you can cut them off, or you know, or they get really crippled by specific cards. I mean, all 3 of the decks just get really hurt by, you know, stuff like Droplet and Dark Ruler No More. Like all 3 of the decks just get really hurt by those types of cards, because they just don't have like stuff that can just like quick effect on a chain link get an Omni Negate on something on the board. They just don't have stuff like that. They don't have Fiendsmith Desirays and stuff like that. For good reason though. That's good. That's really good. That like decks need to be able to have stuff like that. Like, yes, you can put up a big old field, but your opponent can just like have a droplet or whatever to kind of like play around your interactions, and they could actually like put up a chance to play. I'm not a fan of formats where it's just like player A goes first, wins die roll, and then sets up unbeatable board. Opponent cannot play the game, and then game is over. You know, in one turn. It's just not fun. It's just bad. It's just bad Yu-Gi-Oh. Bad Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys? I know some people prefer that type of Yu-Gi-Oh. They prefer like decks that just like explode, like going first, just explode and just make like crazy things. But then some people, you know, for me specifically, I prefer to have decks that like can explode and do a lot, but like are easier to interact with and can be beaten by certain types of cards. Obviously, you have to like hard draw those cards, right? Or like search them out with like thrust and stuff, but like, you know, it forces your opponent to have to build up. But Scrap Recycler, okay, this card is really good right now. You agree? Thanks, man. Scrap Recycler is crazy good. I like that people are playing it. I like that people have been playing it in this deck. It's such a good card. I mean, obviously has good synergy already with the Crystron stuff too. That's it. That's game. The quick one. Quick 2-0 there, dude, from K9 Crystron. Man, that Malice player just could not play the game. Could not play the game. That's crazy. That was a fast match. That was a fast match. 15-minute game. That's crazy, dude. GG. Okay, we go. Ooh, Luna Lights. I see fusions. I'm going to assume it's Luna Lights. Johannes. I think he's from Germany. I will also say this too as another complaint from this Worlds. I don't like how they're not showing you where these people are from. In the past, I feel like they've always shown the flag or the country has been available to the audience on the screen, so you know which country they're representing. Because it's not just like you're from Europe. Like it's specific. People have the pride as well if you're specifically from Italy, or you qualified from Germany, from France, from Japan, from Singapore, right? From Canada, from America, like. I feel like, you know, the national pride of like your duelists, I think is really important as a viewer. And for me, I like that. It just says Europe and Asia. Like that is so generic. You know? It's too generic. Why can't it just say Europe, Germany, Asia, or you know, Japan, right? Like, I don't know. That's just like a little, again, another little nitpick thing I have, but it's just like, I feel like stuff like that is just such a simple thing to do that just adds a lot of value as a viewer. Because if you don't know better, you know, Johannes, I mean, you could say, oh, this guy, maybe he could be from Netherlands or from Belgium or Austria. I mean, it's not a super common name, but like it could be used in like all those countries, right? Rio High, though, is more definitely, probably more geared towards like a Japanese name, or you can kind of maybe argue that one a little easier. But you know, you never know, man. It could be from somewhere else, right? Savvy, what's up, man? You don't like mind explosive decks, but when the name of the game is I don't let them play Yu-Gi-Oh, that's bad design. Agreed. Bro, this glare though, man. Whoever's in charge of the cameras on day one, fix this for day two, please. The glares are ridiculous. And then now there's like no lighting. Look, the whole side of this guy's field is dark. He's completely shadowed. Like, what is this? This is the World Championship, man. We shouldn't have bad lighting, man, at the world stage. This is crazy, Konami. I'm sorry again to nitpick at it, but it bugs me. It bugs me. It just shows like lack of quality care on the world stage, man. Holy moly. Like, I had better lighting on my live streams, and I'm just like a random dude, right? With like basic equipment. This is a $1 billion company that has every crazy, you know, type of gear at their disposal, and this is what we get. It bugs the crap out of me. I'm sorry for the rant, but sorry. I'm sorry. I'll try and hold my tongue on it as best I can. All right, here we go. Dominus Purge getting banished. Not too shabby. Lunalight only ending on SP though, as it feels bad. But let's see if he can like pull back from that. I mean, he's got the Hound in the graveyard. That card is such a good card. That's one of the new cards, the Hound. You have that with a fusion. You basically have like an Omni Negate. It's really good. I mean, you need to have like your Lunalight fusions on the board. Bro, here we go. We got some OCG cards. Heck yeah, man. With that Engage over there, playing that Yummy just for you, Chibi Changa, just for you. Just for you. Playing the Yummy. There we go. So he used the Hound to negate the engage, and now he has to normal summon Perulia. But I mean, honestly, like normal summoning a hand trap to just go into an Amirage, and then you're good to go, because the Yummies don't specifically require you to have a light beast or a Yummy on the field. Special summon just has to have a Link 1. If you have a Link 1 Amirage, Anima, right, just special, and then we were playing the game, which I think is really cool. I think it's great that the Yummy cards, you don't just be like, oh yeah, I bricked a little bit, and like, you know, my opponent has one interruption on me, and like I make an Amirage pass. I'm glad that the deck is not designed that way, where you just have to have a Link 1 to be able to summon the Yummies. I think that is a very good thing, because it lets you actually like play the game. Otherwise, this deck would suck. Like honestly, if this deck said that you can only special summon these cards from your hand if you controlled a Yummy monster, this deck would be terrible. It'd be so much easier to beat. But here we go. He's off to the races. Johans has literally nothing on the field. Already used the Hound. He had to use it to negate the effect of Engage, which I think is a good card to negate, because Engage is full Yummy combo just by itself. As we've seen when we've like been learning the deck. Use Hornet Drones is literally a 1-card full OTK basically if you have the right field spell as well. But yeah, it's just it's the gateway to like Herald and full board, dude. You want Yummy to win? Be stonks on your Starlights. If Yummy wins Worlds, your Starlights are gonna go crazy. Your Starlights are gonna go crazy. There it is, easy game. That was insanely fast. Like, oh, we missed the other games. Hold on. Oh, that was a backup game. Okay, that was their backup duel. It was like that match was like 5 seconds. Okay, that was their backup game. There's the Joey Wheeler shoes again. There's Charlie. I heard he's not doing too hot at this event. All right, what do we got? Yeah, reverse back a little bit there. You tell you the truth, the audio video is the last concern for people. I mean, when I was watching some of the matches live this morning, and then there was like really bad audio issues where like one of the person's mics was like basically crackling out or like super quiet. The chat was just going crazy, like, fix the audio, please turn it up, blah blah, turn up the commentators. Like, there was so much like audio video stuff in the chat, dude, when I was watching some of these games live. That's just like, and so also why I pointed out it matters. Like, people want to see, like, as a viewer especially, if you're not listening all the time, you're tuning in when like the plays are already over, you don't know what's on the field if it's glared out. Like, what does he play? What's there? Like, what is that? You know, I already missed the chance to get the commentary. We got Japan versus Japan right now, pretty much. I think so. Wanako and Kaitaro definitely sound like Japanese names. Vanquish Soul K9 versus Malice. This is on 2x speed, by the way, so don't think that these guys are just like absolute, like, you know, like Chad, like dueling robots right now. This is on 2x speed. Although the guy is playing pretty quick, the Malice player, to be honest, he's playing pretty fast regardless. Which is what you like to see. You like to see players that just like know what they're doing. They just go through, give your opponent like a second to interact. No interaction, okay, let's just keep picking up the cards and keep going. But you obviously don't want to get too fast to the point where your opponent like has an interaction, and then you get into this like argument of like, you know, my opponent now is like trying to rule shark me out of like interactions. That's a very, very common thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Premier events. Where you're going a little too fast and your opponent can just like see they can see what type of play you're going to do on your next play and be like, oh wait, I had an interaction there. You're going too fast, and you get this whole dispute, and then they just like let you, you know, if they rule that you get the interaction because you're going too fast, and they can just like negate something super important because they know exactly what your next move is because you already telegraphed it. Obviously that's just like a mistake on like both players' point. It's bad. I would, you know, it's like bad gameplay on both players, you know. Okay, we got a Nibiru coming down though. That's a pretty good Nib spot, but he's still got a lot of cards in his hand. Let's see if this Nib hits. So you got, that's a Link Spider right there. Do you have an extender? Yep, we do. We've got backup secretaries. This is full combo. Backup Secretary to search out the wizard, special summon wizard, discarding Malice Mirror. Yep. And then you also get the special summon back Chessy Cat. And we go right there. Nibiru turns into 4 monsters for free. That's why Nib is so irrelevant versus the deck until you let them do the Ignister lines. Because otherwise, it's just like Salamangreat. So you just summon Weasel and you have full combo anyways, right? So it's crazy. So you got Malice Marcher, banished to draw 2 cards. Gets added back to the hand. So nice, graceful charity right there. And then we got, oh, they're playing the I forget the name of them, but the rocks. The rock monsters that let you special summon the Link Spider back. That's cool. I haven't seen someone use those before. They're like called like gem golems or something. I've never seen anybody use them in the TCG, but I know in the OCG they've been used. I've seen them in the deck lists. It's basically just like it's like another like Splash Mage / Lizard Haggardos, but it's specifically like you want it to bring back like the Link Spider. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's just an extra body. It acts as like another like the Link Spider acts as another like Link decoder, if you will, but not via its own effect coming back. You do have to make the link too, but it's easy to make, so I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Firewall Dragon. Gosh, dude, that card is so good. The Add Ignister Code Talker, just being able to like special summon pretty much your entire extra deck back to the field, because they're like almost all of them are 2300 attack, including Access Code Talker if you did use it before you have the Link 5. Like, it's just, that's so good. That's a good field though. It's a very good field. You have an Omni Negate, plus you have the Firewall to bounce. It's co-linked with 3 monsters. That's crazy, bro. That's so good. Normal summon Raisin. It's the Elemental Hero Stratos basically for Vanquish Soul. When it's summoned, you get to search for a Vanquish Soul card. And then you have to reveal your attributes, because you get 2 effects. All the Vanquish Souls have 2 effects if you have like multiple attributes in them. The main attributes that are like in the deck that need to be like used a lot is like Fire, Dark, and Earth. I'm not a fan of these cards. I don't like the Vanquish Soul. I would probably never play these cards, just because it is a deck that really comes down to, did you draw the attributes or not? If you don't have the attributes, like you just have like a hand of like the attributes that don't work together, your cards are kind of just useless. They don't do anything. But if you have all the right attributes, then the cards cook. Like, they're absolutely ridiculous. But it really just comes down to, did you draw the right attributes of Fire, Earths, and Darks for you to actually summon the monsters and use their abilities. So it feels a lot like feels like a modern version of Light Sworns do in old Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, did I hit the mills or not? You know, it's essentially kind of the same premise of gameplay. When it pops off though, it pops off, and it's like borderline unbeatable when it gets into the full like K9 Vanquish Soul like field. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Hence why it's the top represented deck in both TCG and OCG and at Worlds. It's a very difficult deck to play though. Like, as I've watched the games, I can see a lot of mistakes that are being made, and I can see that, like, yeah, it definitely takes the right person to play the deck to its fullest potential, because there's a lot you can do with it, and there's also a lot of mistakes that can easily be made because of it. That's good. Yeah, they've got the K9 quick play spell. I think they're just going over to like to bounce with Firewall. Yep. See ya, because he could. There you go. Yep. Nice. Pretty good. Ripping apart the board on his opponent's turn, right? That's pretty crazy. That's Malice, guys. You've seen it before. See it again. I think this game's a wrap, dude. Homie's got 1 card in hand, and this dude has 6 monsters in play. Still Firewall Dragon co-linked with 3 monsters. It's insane. Firewall's such a powerful card, dude. That's, yeah, go to battle phase. That's game. Yep. Let's go to game 2. Let's go to game 2, man. Crazy. All right, here we go. Malice, Vanquish Soul, K9. K9 is definitely going to want to start. There's the case for K9. Basically like a Fire Formation Tenki specifically for K9 cards. Although the deck does play Fire Formation Tenki as well. Like, why not? It does have Beast Warriors in the K9, I mean the Vanquish Soul department. Not the K9s. I think the K9s are all like Pyros and stuff, like weird types. I don't think you can even search them though, because Tenki I think specifically is level 4 or lower monsters. You've got Joe Cool plus Lantern. It's pretty good. Gets to go for the dump and the search. So you get like full setup here. Can't see the cards. The glare is, oh my gosh, dude. Yep, so you get the double search, and then the Azuna is going to allow you to dump the Lupus once your opponent does interact with you. That is the big thing with the, obviously with playing this matchup, you got to know when you can and can't use certain cards, right? Because once you activate a monster's effect in the hand or graveyard, Azuna and Holly Sue are activatable from hand. Bro still has normal summon though. These were just special summons. They have the Lantern and the Joe Cool have effects where you can reveal multiple level 5s and special summon them both. So still has normal summon. And you can normal summon all of the K9 monsters without tribute summon if your opponent has 2 or more cards in their hand. Which obviously your opponent has a 5-card hand, right? You can just normal summon. So they call it normal summon Azuna effect to dump Lupus. Then Lupus has the quick effect where if it's in the graveyard, you can special summon itself. Then you can conduct an Exceed summon with it. And then while it's attached to an Exceed monster, the Exceed monster gains an additional effect of this card cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects, which is crazy good. Really good when it's under that K9 Ripper, because the K9 Ripper, when it's summoned, lets you search any K9 card and then also once per turn detach material to negate a monster effect in your opponent's hand or graveyard. So it's an anti-hand trap. It's really, really good. Raigeki though, you can't interact with that. That's pretty good. I mean, he's gonna be able to get a Exceed off here. Yep. But then he can't be destroyed. So that's like the plus side. Yeah. Didn't have that. That Raigeki would have went hard. Just boom. I like seeing Raigeki in the World Championships, man. That's sick. That's so cool. Raigeki at the World Championships, man. You gotta love that, guys. You gotta love that. You gotta love that, man. That's so sick, dude. From the first set of Yu-Gi-Oh, brother. Alright, here we go. Straight in though to Splash Mage to bring back Wizard. Werewolf's a good card, but we'll see where he can go from here. I mean, he's got access to the full combo here. There we go. We do have the Impulse. He is playing the Rescue Ace package. I don't know how I feel about these cards. What do you guys think? Anyone that's been playing like versus K9? Any of you guys been trying the Rescue Ace package? You put in like it's like a couple impulses and then like Fire Preventer. The one that looks like a little airplane. I mean, a lot of them look like airplanes, the big guys. But it's like, it literally just, I think the card is like an air. I think it's called like Fire Preventer or something. But I don't know how I feel about the cards, to be honest. I think they're kind of cool. Like if you don't draw all of the targets for them, because like you can just brick. You could just brick on the race cards for sure. Exactly, Joe. I literally, exactly, yeah. You could just brick on the race monsters for sure. But if you don't, it's a pretty cool interaction. Especially when you get to like, it allows you to also like unbrick yourself too. If your hand is kind of bad and you get to summon them out, you could draw a couple cards off of it. It's not the worst. But yeah, if you do like draw the Rescue Ace targets, it just kind of sucks. They're just useless cards. But that's game right there, because Homegirl's got 5,600 attack. Yep, that's GG. Yep, K9. Vanquish Soul just couldn't hang down with that Malice, man. That's deck's just too good. Malice is just too good, man. Too good. I wouldn't be surprised if Malice just wins the entire tournament. Like, I would not be surprised if Malice wins Worlds, man. I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised. We want it to be something else, though. Yummy would be cool. Yummy would be cool. I really wanted it to be Blue Eyes, but you know, no one took Blue Eyes, man. It's because I didn't play. I didn't go to Worlds. I should have been there. I should have played at Worlds. I should have brought Blue Eyes, you know, take it to the top. These guys are great though. Okay, here we go. Deck breakdown. This is what I wanted to see. Okay, so we got deck breakdown. This is the tournament. This is the field for World Championship 2025. We got 9 Vanquish Soul decks, 7 Yummies, 5 Malice, 2 Lunalites, 2 Krishan, 1 Sky Striker deck, and 1 White Forest. Dude, someone was brave enough to take Sky Strikers to the Worlds. That's bananas. Good for them, dude. That's awesome. So that's 16, 21, 23, 24, 25, 27 duelists. So they had an odd number of duelists? That's weird. Why have an odd number? This is like a duelist just has a bye every game? That's silly. That's silly. That's silly, man. That's an odd number of players. Unless someone couldn't arrive. Maybe a duelist couldn't show up. Maybe a duelist just had something happen, they couldn't make it to the event. Why else would you have odd numbers of duelists though, right? Okay, here we go. It's Yummy versus Sky Striker. This just looks like Yummy to me. This isn't Sky Striker. This is just Yummy, bro. This is Yummy. Under Shifter though. Is Shifter like really relevant though? How relevant is Shifter versus Yummy? I guess, wait, you can't access your banished pile at all with okay, here we go. They updated it to Vanquish K9 and Yummy over there. I was like, this is not Sky Strikers. Yummy can't interact with the banished pile, can they? So Shifter should be pretty powerful. Because I know, like, you know, like when I've done some playtesting against Yummy with Blue Eyes, and like every time I like drill beam cards, especially their field spells, a lot of the times they just don't want to play anymore because they just can't. I feel like you just kind of get monkeyed by banish effects, especially if you hit the field spell, the one that lets you reborn, because that's the one like boosts their attack. So you drill beam that, and they're just like they're in trouble because they just have their monsters are always going to be like 0. It's good. Yeah, I definitely would see. I could see it being really cracked. The one of Shifter though, Shane's probably like, yeah, buddy, the one of Shifter. I still think that card shouldn't even be legal. What do you guys think? I think Shifter, they should have just banned it. Leaving it at 1 is just like it's so cringe. It's like Maxi when Maxi used to be at 1 in the TCG. Like it serves 0 purpose to be a 1 of. Just let it go, right? Just get rid of it. Let a card stay at like 3 or 2, or just get rid of it. I don't believe in limiting cards that are like that. Certain cards make sense to limit, but something like Shifter, Maxi, it makes 0 sense to limit cards like that. Yo, he's got the attributes. Let's go. Does Felipe have a response? Good old Mad Love coming down. See ya. Bounce that back to the hand. I do like that the Vanquish Soul cards have multiple effects though based off of the attributes you have. I think that's really cool. Here comes Heavy Borger bouncing back. That's another thing too, for those of you who have never played Vanquish Soul cards before. They have a lot of them can like play around interruptions, because you can just like there's card effects that just return them back to your hand, so you could like play around like imperms and veilers and things like that. So it's like on like your raisins and things like this, so you could still get the searches off. It's pretty good, dude. There's also a lot of burn damage that you can do with this deck as well, which you don't really care to do the burn in this, because the Worlds is using the new time rules where if time is called, both players just lose, which I still think is crazy that they thought that was a good idea. Because I don't know, I feel like, I don't know what you guys think about it, but I think the new like attempt at time rules is just it's gonna breed a whole new type of toxic player, where like instead of slow players, people are just gonna like intentionally run out the time by just playing and comboing for as long as they possibly can, just to spite you and say, I can't win this game, so let's just both lose. I feel like it's just gonna breed players like that, which is just so upsetting. That's just bad. That's just really bad. This is really good showing of what the K9 or what the Vanquish Soul cards can do though. He's used every single one, except Caesar Valius, but he's used all of the other cards, getting the K9 Ripper there, just showing the attributes, ripping apart, bouncing there. That's game. Like, yeah, it's pretty good. Yummy Surprise though. He's just like, nope, I got Yummy Surprise. Give it the Xiaolong comes down. Yep. Xiaolong with good old Heavy Borger. Obviously, you still have access to cards here. You've got like Rock of the Vanquisher to keep playing. But it's like the other thing too, like with the Vanquish Soul cards, is like I said, if you have the wrong, just have the wrong attributes in rotation, or have the wrong monsters on the board, they're just kind of like stuck, you know. Which I think is kind of cool at the same time. But yeah, is he gonna make Rock? Yeah, there's Rock of the Vanquisher, their Link monster. That's an interesting way to shuffle cards. Yeah, we go Xiaolong to draw. Or Heavy Burger, I mean. Did he draw Stake Your Soul? Unlucky if he did. I can't tell. I don't think he can do anything. I think the Yummy has this one. I'm just based off of like... Because like currently the versus player doesn't really have any... There's like nothing on the board that matters. Like the Rock and the Borger don't matter. Especially because you get to like... get a pop off. That's game. Yeah, you just scoop, man. That's game. You have no interruptions in hand either. It's all Vanquish Soul cards, man. Like, what are you going to do there? Yeah, good job, man. That was just like a perfect example of Yummy Surprise just being so good. So good. Yummy Surprise won him that game. For sure, dude. Which is what you like to see. Like I said, man, I truly think Yummy Surprise is the best card in that deck. So powerful. Being a quick play. It's crazy, dude. Crazy just being able to shuffle 2 cards away, man. At will. But let's see if Shane can bring it back here. I think Shane's from Singapore. I've seen this guy before in the past. He's from Singapore. Super nice guy. You bought 3 cups of Yummy, you will soon have all of Justice Hunters. Dude, nice. If you need any other Yummy cards, man, let me know. I got the whole deck. I think the only thing I don't have extra of right anymore is Lollipose. Someone just bought a core, the last core off of me. But I do have like other copies of the other cards. Alright, here we go. So we're starting off with Raisin. There's Imperm. Can you bounce him? Nope. Doesn't have it. But he's got the field spell. That's good. Yeah, you got to get Borger for sure. Okay, then we're going to go Rock. Yep. Yep. Boom, there's Holly. QCR Holly suit too. QCR Holly suit too, man. Very nice. Very nice. Or Starlight, sorry. I have some cookie. I'm pretty sure I still have some cookies. Snatchy, I don't have anymore either. I think I have some cookies though, if you need. I'll have to look though. I'll have to look. I've been so busy the last couple days, just like getting everything ready here for my mother-in-law to be here. So I've been really like paying attention to just like my house. Okay. Is that that's what I say, that floodgate card. Yeah, neither player can special summon monsters with 1,000 or less attack. This card is crazy good against Yummy. Your entire deck can't function. Obviously you have to hard draw because it's a continuous spell, but it's just another floodgate card. Let's see if he plays Harpy's Feather Duster. I mean, you absolutely need to play that card against this deck. Not just for the floodgate, but the trap card. Like Vanquish Soul, Snow card. That card's crazy, dude. That card's crazy. And they have Blackout Laughs too, which really, really stinks. I think that card is, yeah, just scoop. Yeah, you lose. You lose, man. Blackout Laughs is so good right now, man. So good right now. For those who don't know what the card is, it's literally Prohibition. You call a card, and then that card can't be used or activated for the turn, and you can use it in the graveyard as well. So you get to use it 2 different times. So you can basically like turn off 2 different cards or 2 different turns from a player. It's pretty good. It's pretty good if you can use it at the right time. Obviously, it won't affect like cards that are like already like that are being summoned later, but it's a really nasty card, dude. All right, Perulia to start things off feels pretty good. He's got all spells, I think, in his hand, though. No? It looks like all spell cards. I can't really tell, though. The cameras are, like, all over the place. They're so dark, and then there's, like, so much glare on the board. I don't know. The lighting is just... I said I wasn't going to bring it up again. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to keep playing about. The lighting on this, like, duels are just garbage. They're so bad. It's so bad. Okay, Pot of Prosperity is pretty good. Is he going to go for the 6? Yeah, I think he needs to. His hand looks pretty bad. I think he needs to go for a yummy name, just to have it. Where's the blue eyes? There's no blue eyes in the tournament, bro. Literally 0. Not a single one. I think you take Cupsy or Obedient Schooled, unless he already has Obedient Schooled. Play in the Pure Rise map. It's brave. I would not play that card right now. Losing half your life, man, just feels so bad against all these decks that just have monsters that have 3,000 attack just on a normal summon. Like, ridiculous. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, bro. I wouldn't do it. Yup, here's Holly Sue. Xiaolong. Pew. Plus Azuna. Woof. Okay, there's Raisin to search. Dude, Shane is popping off. Gets to Caesar Valles. Has every name in rotation already except Mad Love. Brother. He's got all of it. That's crazy. His hand's cracked. His hand's cracked, dude. His hand is cracked. Uh-oh. All right, Felipe, what you got, man? Because Shane's hand is cooking, man. His hand's cooking. And you're still under Perulia, too. Still under Perulia. Still under Perulia. Okay, Thrust for Obedient School. Not bad. Obedient School, special summons 3 beasts from the deck, level 2 or lower. So you get each one of the names. Their effects are negated, and then your beast locked for the rest of the turn. Which is fine for this deck. The only thing you can't do is you can't make Herald on the first turn, but you can make it on your opponent's turn. But you can only make it if you're playing the hamster. The little like hamster dude, the synchro. The Star Ham or whatever his name is. Daniel, what's up, Daniel? You're thinking about getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. You haven't played in over 15 years, but I don't want to spend a lot because of your kids. Fair enough. I was thinking of buying 3 structure decks of Dark World or Trap Tricks. What would you recommend? Between those two, I would say the Trap Tricks. The Trap Tricks is a much better deck. Not just in like card design, but also the cards that come in the structure deck are a lot better cards than the Dark. The Dark World structure deck doesn't really have a lot of good cards in it outside of specifically for Dark Worlds, whereas the Trap Tricks has a lot of really good generic staple cards that can be used as you build other decks. So I definitely would recommend the Trap Tricks one. Plus the Trap Tricks deck is just really cool. It's just a cool deck in and of itself. It's very, very fun to play. But if you can also find the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure decks, it's called what did they call it in English? Blue Eyes White Destiny, I think, is what it was called in English. If you can find those instead, I would recommend those. Though that deck is really, really good. That's what I play. I play the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. Very, very good. Even just right out of the box of 3 structures, that deck is really, really powerful. Really, really powerful. That's a good turn 1 board setup there for Felipe. But we know that his hand is crazy good. He's got all of the Vanquished Soul names that matter. Plus he's got Azuna. But I guess it really depends on if Felipe uses anything from the hand. Obviously there's not going to be any graveyard effects. There's no graveyard effects in the Yummy deck. It's all going to be hand effects to turn on the Azuna. That's one thing that makes like the Yummy deck so powerful against the versus Canine stuff is just like outside of your hand traps, specifically the monster ones, which you don't even have to play. You can just play all like trap cards. So you can just do like Songs of the Dominators, Dominus Purge, Imperms instead. The deck plays so well against Azuna and Holly Sue. Just really, really good. Just intrinsically, because you don't need your there's no graveyard effects, right? Caesar Valles is a good summon though to start off the turn. I think that's like the best pressure. This card is nasty. Plus, he has all the attributes too. Like Felipe knows he has all the attributes. He literally searched them all. So like his turn's pretty good. There's normal summon of Mad Love. Yeah, I was looking at prices, and for the Dark World one costs €4, but the Trap Trick isn't that expensive. It's about 11. I was thinking about Blue Eyes, but I want to try something else. Okay. Yeah, I would say do the Trap Tricks one first. And then Blue Eyes after that. Blue Eyes is probably the best structure deck in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Like by far, that they've released in the last couple years. It's definitely the best. The next one, next best after that is the Fire King one. If you can find the one called Circles of the Fire King, that one is also really, really, really good. Especially because like the most expensive card in that strategy that was not in the structure deck, that was in like the booster packs, is getting reprinted now as an ultra rare in the Megatins this next week. So they'll be like less than $1. They'll be super, super affordable instead of, they were like $25 a piece before. Now you can probably get 3 of them for like €1. So it'll be really, really nice. That deck's really good too. It's very, very good. And it's got great card design too. They're all like just huge, like fire, like dragon looking things. And they're just so cool. Bunch of big fire beast monsters. Okay. Shane has the board though, man. This is scary. I don't know. I don't know how I don't think the Yummy can play through this one, man. Like just seeing like the hand, the current board, it's not that threatening. And knowing that he's got a Zuna there too. He's got a Zuna there too. This is crazy, dude. He's got and he still has a Caesar Valles' effect. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one, Yummy. I don't think the Kitty Cat's got this one, Chibi. I don't think Kitty Cat's got this one. I don't think they're gonna get this one. I think K9's got this one. You never tried them? I have to take a look at them. What are the staples in the TCG now? The staples are primarily a lot of like hand trap cards. So like and what I mean by hand trap is it means it is a card that you can activate in your hand on either player's turn by discarding it, and then it applies some sort of effect. Most of them are monster cards, so like when you call hand trap, you think of a trap card first, but it functions as a trap card, but it's from the hand instead. So that's why it's called a hand trap. So if you haven't played in 15 years, hand traps are a much more modern Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Some existed back in 15 years ago, but it was only like DD Crow, was the only one that was like played and relevant 15 years ago. Now there's a lot of different ones, but Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring is definitely one you want to have 3 copies of. Infinite Impermanence is another one. Effect Veiler, Nibiru the Primal Being, Droll and Lockbird. These are all in structure decks as well, by the way. All the most like the Blue Eye structure deck gives you like 4 of the best hand traps in the game. Or 3 of them. No, yeah, 3 of them. You get 3. No, 4. It's 4. You get Veiler, Ash Blossom, Nibiru, and Impermanence. So if you buy 3 structure decks, you get 4 of the best, most popular hand traps in the game. 3 copies. Actually, Veiler, you'll have 6 copies because there's 2 per structure deck. Yeah, the Blue Eye structure deck is the best value-wise as well. To just like get staples, but also have a like really strong deck just right out of the box. One of the big things about the Trap Tricks one is you have like other really good staples like Harpy's Feather Duster, Raigeki, Evenly Matched. Those are also really, really good ones. You say Sag? Yeah, I don't think they're winning this. I don't think the Cats are winning this duel. No way. No way. His board is just getting ripped apart. There's Gone the Field spell off SP. That's game. Dude needs to concede. Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion is another like powerful popular card. Another hand trap. Can't remember if that one's in the Trap Tricks deck or not. I think that one's in the Crystal Beast structure deck for the most recent structures. That's a pretty good field, dude. Got a lot of interruptions there. Plus, still has a Zuna available to him. But you got a Book of Moon, you got the Banishes, you got the Bounces. Dude, this is pretty good. Very good board from Shane. Very, very good board on Shane's side. Yeah, SP is looking really strong in this format. Like, as I've been watching these games, because like last format, SP was so weak. Like, it was such a bad card. It wasn't like super bad, but it wasn't that good. That is such a broken interaction though, dude, right now. Being able to like Book of Moon a monster and then SP. Just crazy. That is so good. So good. So you get to flip a monster down and banish a monster off the field simultaneously. That's just such a good interaction right now. That is such a good interaction. Especially because when a monster is flipped face down, you can't use it for an Exceed summon, a Synchro summon, or a Link summon. Yep, that card's dead. You know he has the monsters. He's just trying to play into it. Yummy Surprise and Special Summon. Sounds like a good plan. Snatchy's a good choice if you can get another body on the field. Let's see. I mean, he's got a lot of names because he like returned his board. But yeah, there's the there's the Holly Sue to summon back. Plays 2 copies of the field spell though. That's game. Yep. That's game. Nicely done, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I wouldn't play the Vanquish Soul Canine deck myself because, again, like if you just don't have the right names and the right attributes, the deck just kind of sucks. But if you do have that interaction, you can build the board right, and you have the right cards, man. It's oppressive. That was like the best example of like just the versus cards. There was no canine user except Ripper. It was all just Vanquish Soul. Crazy, man. Those cards are really good. Really, really good, man. If you have all of the right tools. Just insane. You just rip apart your opponent's field. Every time they summon, every time they're committing, you just rip them apart. Boom, boom, boom. Like, it's so good. And what's crazy is a lot of these effects just like bounce. You know, they're not destroying or banishing. They're just like returning, shuffling. Like, it's nasty, dude. It's nasty. SP is also staple in almost every deck. Yeah, a lot of duelists play SP Little Knight. It's a very, very commonly played card. Very, very good. It's just because it's a generic Link 2 monster, meaning that it's just any two effect monsters on your field can make it. Yeah, Maxi is banned in the TCG. Yep. Maxi is banned in the TCG. Oh, we got another Lunalight. I seen it. It's Lunalight. What does the Mulch Armies do? Mulch Armies are very similar to Max C, but they have more restrictions on them. Each of the Mulch Armies say that you cannot use them if you control cards. You can only discard them if you control nothing on your field. And that includes like a card that you activate. Like say you have like a spell or trap that you play. That is a card you control currently. So you can't like activate a Mulch Army as well on top of the Chain Link. And then they each have a different drawing of effects off special summons. Ooh, he's playing White Forest. This is a very, very good deck. It's also really, again, another high roll deck. It just loses the hand. It's so hard to hand traps. Like one draw and your turn's over. It's really kind of unfortunate. It's such a cool deck though. It's got a lot of power. If you can full set up with this deck, you just can't lose. You just shouldn't lose. Unless you get like Dark Ruler to Dropleted, then you get cooked, absolutely destroyed. But if they don't have those cards, this field is unbeatable. Oh, Fuvalos is pretty good. Very, very good against this deck. They summon from the extra deck typically 8 times on their turn, so you'll draw a lot of cards off Fuvalos. This is the bad thing about the White Forest deck, is like it loses pretty hard to every Mulch Army. It also loses to Droll. It also loses to the Dominus Traps. And it also, of course, can be affected by Ghost, Ogre, Bell, Veiler, Imperm, Ash as well in certain iterations, certain points. But like the blowout cards, the Mulch Armies and the Nibiru and the Droll matter a lot. And this deck struggles to do anything without putting up a lot of monsters. Because just having like 1 or 2 monsters on the field, even if just like 1 Azumina, 1 White Forest Synchro, it's not enough. It's not enough for like to like stop your opponent from playing the game. So you do need to, like, it sucks that this White Forest deck just kind of like has to full commit a lot of the time. It's a cool deck though. I like it. I think it's a really sick deck. I'd love to learn how to play it. But yeah, the Mulch Armies, the one he just discarded there, that's Mulch Army Fuvalos. So this is every time your opponent special summons from the deck or the extra deck, you'll draw 1 card for each monster. There's another one called Mulch Army Perulia, and it's the same, but for you draw a card each time your opponent summons from the hand. And it includes normal summons as well. If they normal summon or special summon from the hand, you'll draw 1 each time. And then there's another one called Mulch Army Meows. When you discard it, every time your opponent would special summon from the graveyard or the banished pile, you will draw 1 card. All of the Moltres armies also have an effect at the end of the turn where you have to shuffle back cards in your hand until you have the same amount of number of cards your opponent controls on the field and hand plus 6. Meaning, like, if your opponent has, like, you know, 1 card in hand and 1 card on the board and you drew, you know, like a bunch of cards, you'll have to shuffle back so you only have, you know, 8, right? Be 2 plus the 2 cards your opponent controls plus 6. And he's just going in, dude. He's just saying, I'm gonna go in, man. He's going in. He's already given his opponent 4 draws. There's the new Dia Bellstar monster from I think from Alliance Insight. She came out, the big version. The big version. Why did they ban it and leave it at 2 in the OCG? It's also at 2 in Master Duel, and the reason is just different theory about how the game should be played. The TCG doesn't want to have Maxi legal because I think the TCG wants a little more diversity in like the pool of decks that can be played, especially decks that are like very combo oriented, stuff like White Forest, stuff like you know, Memento, Mermails, Lunalights, etc., where these decks really struggle in the OCG because they have to deal with Maxis, Perulias, Fuvolosses in every deck. So you're just not going to play stuff like that because you have like a, you know, like a 90% chance to just get hit by one of those hand traps every game. So you're just constantly going to be putting yourself at a disadvantage, which is brave. This guy plays White Forest, you know, in the Worlds Championship. Obviously, Maxi is not legal for the Worlds because we don't have it in the TCG, but you still have to deal with Perulias and you still have to deal with Fuvolosses and Meows. People are playing Meows, I'm assuming, at this because Malice is still a very real deck. Starting off with Book of Eclipse, that's an instant negate. And then we got Called By. That's pretty good. Even though the camera quality is really bad there, that is a Called By the Grave. So let's banish that Azamina Silva to get the negate, and then that Book of Eclipse will just bounce all the monsters face down. That's crazy. Book of Eclipse is a very powerful board breaker right now, guys. Insanely good. Insanely good. Especially for a deck like Lunalight, because Lunalight can just summon out a fusion, and then both of their big boss monster fusions can just clear your opponent's entire field. The I can't remember the names of them. Something is like like Leo Dancers or whatever. One of them, when it goes to battle phase and attacks a monster, just on attack declaration, it destroys every single monster that was special summoned on your opponent's field. Then the other one just says when your opponent, you can just like once per turn destroy every monster your opponent controls that was special summoned. That's just effect. It's a quick effect. It's pretty nasty. Like the Lunalight's really good too. This is a really good deck. I actually want to see. I kind of rooting for Tom here. No offense to the White Forest guy, but I'm kind of rooting for Tom. Kind of rooting for the White for the Lunalight, man. I think the deck's so sick. Okay, be right back. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. What happened? Is there a judge decision? Must be. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they paused. Let's see. Is there any engines that works good in Trap Tricks like in Blue Eyes is Primate and there are other ones? Trap Tricks... There's a there's a plant engine that's pretty, that's I think I've seen with what's it called? It's not Ragnarika, it's the other one. Sun Avalon, I think, is it right? Or is it a Romage? One of those plant engines works really well with the Trap Tricks cards. I can't remember which one it is. It's not Ragnarika though, but it's either Sun Avalon or a Romage. It's one of those. I'm leaning towards a Romage because a Romage is a little more generic. But I've seen it before. I've seen trap tricks coupled with another plant archetype. That was pretty good. I want to say it was a Row Mage. Maxi would give rogue decks a chance. Totally would. That's another thing too. Like Maxi does a lot. That's why I see a lot more rogue deck representation in the OCG, for sure. We don't have a lot of rogue decks that are like Lunalight. A deck like this is, you know, it's good, but it's like having Maxi just makes decks like this better. It really does. Dude, he's got Book of Eclipse too. That's nice. He's just gonna let it resolve. I don't know if he has Hound though. He does have a Hound in the grave, but doesn't have a fusion. You need a fusion specifically with the Hound to get the negate. He's got Polymerization though. He's fine. You could Book of Eclipse is really bad against this deck because you can fuse with face down monsters. This has been a thing since the beginning of the game, right? You can always fuse with face downs. So Book of Eclipse is a waste. It's literally a waste of a card. Discards a thrust. He says, my hand is so good, I don't even need this card, man. He just discarded a thrust, bro. To give, I mean, he's gonna perfume for Kaleido Chick. It's crazy how Kaleido Chick is not once per turn, and neither is Lunalight Perfume. I mean, they're older Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Ooh, he's got the Simple Spoils of Slumber Morion. That's a good card. That's a good card. I gotta say, bro, your takes on everything is very well spoken and knowledgeable. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try my best to, you know, give the best knowledge that I can. Even if sometimes the knowledge is like super wrong, but then I get like someone to like correct me so I can see like an error, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I try to be as concise as I can, you know. Master of Galaxies, welcome in. I wish we had Barone back, then White Forest could actually be playable again, or even get back Appaloosa at least. That way they can play the game. I think Barone would be fine, to be honest. Appaloosa I don't think should ever be legal again. The way that like decks can... We watched the Master Duel Worlds before this, and Appaloosa was just winning every game. Just a way overrepresented card, and you could summon it so many times before Nibiru can even punish your field, even in the first place. I don't know. The card is just way too good. But Barone, I think, is a lot more manageable. A lot more manageable. Especially in a format right now, I think Barone would be a lot more manageable in a more board breaker centered format. Whereas Appaloosa, not so much, because Appaloosa as an end board piece, sure, you can board break it. But when Appaloosa is a part of your just actual like turn one, your opponent just can't interact with you. Like if you have like, imagine having like Appaloosa plus Canine Ripper, like bro, that would suck, right? That would be so rough. Appaloosa plus Ripper, that would be rude. Your opponent just can't play Yu-Gi-Oh against you that entire turn. They better have hard drawn that droplet, right? Oh, dude had 2 thrusts. Facts, man. He's a gamer. Let's go, Tom. Let's go, man. You had 2 thrusts. Crazy, bro. He discarded a triple tactics talent. Okay, that's game. Yeah, his opponent scoops it up. You can't beat that fusion. He's just gonna Raigeki your board, and it can attack twice. You just attacked for like 10,000 damage. She attacks for 7,600, the boss monster by itself. So if you just have any monster that you can play, like he already had like the the extra Lunalight body, but all you need is just the boss monster plus anything with 400 attack or higher, and you just win with Lunalight. It's like that easy to get a win out if you can pull off the full board. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts to get to that point. The only like real easy way to cheat to that end board is if you have a card called Heavy Polymerization, which lets you banish materials from your extra deck to use for the fusion summons of a monster, but then you get burned for a bunch of damage equal to the star levels of those monsters. So for example, if you make their boss monster, you'll take like 7,000 burn damage to summon it for free. It literally will cheat it out, so you have access to a unkillable monster that can nuke your opponent's entire field and attack twice for game, right? At the cost of basically all your life. So that is a big like trade-off, but if it works, man. Heavy Polymerization is really scary. Because the card, you could literally fusion summon anything with it because you have your extra deck as materials. It's really good. It's really, really good card. It's very, very, very worth it in a deck like Lunalight where you can summon a Towers monster that could just Raigeki and just attack for game. It's very much worth burning life because you don't need life if you're winning Yu-Gi-Oh, right? You could just burn yourself to 1 life point and you're going to win that turn. It doesn't matter, right? But at the end of the day too, a card like that also can lose you the game. If you use it and you can't clutch out the game on that turn, your opponent can actually play around it and like survive. You could still lose the game because they can just attack over you for damage, right? All right, here we go. White Forest lost the first game there on this one. This is round 5 of 7 for the first day of the TCG World Championship 2025 for Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm assuming Dino's going to want to go first. White Forest is not a deck that wants to go second ever. It doesn't have very good board breaking capabilities. It obviously can play a lot, but it's much better going first. It is a combo deck that wants to start. Normal summoning Sylvie is always a great start. Gets you access to the girls. You get your good old Woe or Tails to go ahead and get LZ, and then you get the full combo going here. This is why Droll is so nuts. If you Droll any of these interactions, their turn is over. Because Drolling will shut off every single one of the follow-up extender cards of the White Forest. It also will completely shut off access to Azamina cards. You can't even Deception to get Hollowed Azamina. And then it also will shut off your entire Sinful Spoils line because you can't use Wanted. It's just very, very good. Droll is really good against that deck. But a lot of players aren't maining Droll in this format. Even though it's really like a decent option, I think at the Worlds stage, it might be a little more like weaker because you don't have Mitsurugi here. Mitsurugi's not legal to play at Worlds because it's the TCG exclusive archetype. Doesn't exist yet in the OCG. He's just full comboing, man. This is it. This is crazy. If Tom has no interruptions, this is gonna be a nasty board. He's gonna have like access to all 3 of the synchros. He's gonna have access to the Omni Negate. He's gonna have access to the Saint Azamina, which gives you protection on your field from everything, from like this targeting and stuff. And it's such a good card. Yeah, he's gonna also have the big Diabellstar monster as well. Yeah, oh yeah, this is a great interaction too, using Hollowed Azamina and then chaining Wanted, because the Hollowed Azamina can send the spells as cost as well, so you get to search a card and then you can send it away at resolution to fusion summon. Yeah, there's Saint Azamina. That card's crazy good, dude. Crazy good. Crazy good card. Very, very relevant in this format right now, I would say. Very relevant card because there's a lot of targeting effects in this format. Lot of relevant, very, very relevant card right now. You wouldn't be opposed to getting new Thunder Dragon support? That'd be cool. The Thunder Dragon cards were really cool. There's Snake Eyes, or not Snake Eyes, there's Diabellstar, the original one, but just the alternate art version. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put back Deception on the bottom of the deck to draw a new card. Good old Wanted's Graveyard effect. Banish a Sinful Spoil. Banish yourself to put a Sinful Spoils down. The new Diabells. There's Woes. That one lets you quick synchro on your opponent's turn. That card's pretty dirty. You have to control these like types of monsters though. That's the full board. That's what you want. That field is pretty cracked. Pretty cracked, man. Tom didn't scoop, so he's got a playable card. Yeah, Dark Ruler. GG. That's all you need. I'm not kidding. Like that. That board just loses to that card. You can't do anything. There's nothing you can do to a Dark Ruler no more. That entire board is gone. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Has Called By for the Ash Blossom too? Whoa, man. Just casually has Dark Ruler no more Called By in opening hands of 6 cards versus a quote-unquote unbeatable board. Crazy, dude. Yeah, Dark Ruler cooks right now. That card is so powerful in this format. Doesn't matter if it's versus White Forest or Mermail or Lunalights or it's really good against Yummies and versus K9, and it's pretty decent against Dragon Tail. It's probably the weakest against Dragon Tail in terms of the end board situation. Because a lot of those cards are like on summon effects that really matter. But they do have effects they can just activate willy-nilly on the field. But Dark Ruler and Droplet are much worse against Dragon Tail than against the other decks. Daniel says, I gotta go get my little one. Just woke up. Have a great stream. Thank you so much, Daniel. Good to see you. We'll hopefully see you again, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Lunalight Masquerade. Good old Kaleido chick coming in. Okay, there's the effect of Sylvie in the grave. Let you shuffle back a synchro from your grave or your field to then special summon a monster out. Then you got the Woe, so you can do a quick synchro. Best one usually when you're going on your opponent's turn is to bring out the wolf, the one that flips your opponent's whole field face down. Yep, there it is right there. This is a Book of Moon. Against almost every deck, that is a really good option, but against Lunalights, it doesn't matter because you just have Polymerization. There you go. Lunalight Fusion, just as good. But he's got Blackout Laugh, so he can't negate it. Blackout Laugh's calling Lunalight Fusion. Or he could also call the effect of a Fusion monster too if he wants to. Which wouldn't be bad either. So you just get the Fusion off, but then you don't get the effect. That's also a thing. So you got Leo Dancer on the field. So this one isn't the better one. He's probably called the effect of the big boss monster. This one's still good though. When it goes to battle phase and declares an attack, it'll destroy all special summon monsters. So since they're all currently Dark Ruler, there's no protection with Diabelle's effect, so you just boom, this whole field is gone. Once he goes into battle phase, this is it. That field is cooked. Attack, see ya. Boom, there it is. 6 monsters immediately deleted, man. Just like that. And he's got Lunalight Perfume to get a special summon back on Kaleido Chick. Very nice. Kaleido Chick is such a broken card, dude. It's almost as good as Lunalight Tiger on the pendulum scale that you can abuse and balance infinitely in your turn and just get unlimited rotas. Yup. Plus he got Hound there for the spell trap. Yeah, there's the Tiger. Sweet, man. This is good. Looking good for Tom, dude. Obviously, White Forest has follow-up. They have 2 cards in hand. They do have graveyard. They have cards in their graveyard they can follow up with. Like, having as, like, you know, like, Hallowed Azamina is a great follow-up card. You also have the Diabelle Star. Sylvies, because they have targets to shuffle back to special summon and start plays. So, like, he has plays. White Forest isn't out of this just yet. They have plays. They have a lot of plays in their grave. All right, but you do got to think though, like you got Luna, you have the Tiger, you can bounce it a couple times, you have to get some searches and summons, and yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good. Obviously, you should go for Baguska here. Baguska's really, oh, he's going for Dugaris to get a special summon. Okay, so this is gonna make it, he skips his next main phase 1. Tom will not have a main phase 1 next turn. Dugaris' effect, to special summon a monster from the grave, you skip your next main phase 1. But this is gonna give him another summon. He got the Kaleido Chick out. He can get another body now, and he can make Baguska. I'd go for Baguska here. Baguska's insane. Such an annoying card for most decks to play against, especially White Forest, because they do not link summon. So you have to somehow get into a SP Little Knight. That's like your only real out with White Forest is SP Little Knight. And you have to like waste an extra monster to actually get the SP, so you can get the effect to banish a monster on the board. I'd say banish the Hallowed Azamina, bro, for sure. That's the most like, yeah, that's the most like powerful card in the graveyard right now. Yep, there's a special summon of the monster. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna make Baguska probably and pass. Yeah, it's gotta be Baguska. It's gotta be. Yep, put your dude in defense. She's not unaffected. The big boss monster is. This is another crazy interaction for those who've never played the Lunalight. The other boss monster, the new one, the one that's the one that could just quick effect nuke your opponent's special summon monsters on the field and can attack twice. That also is unaffected by all card effects. You can summon Baguska out to just like literally skill drain your opponent, and then your monster sitting there and just be like, what are you gonna do, man? Try to commit to the board. Try to make an SP. I'm just gonna nuke the field, right? It's actually nuts. If you can set up the whatever, a Tiger Dancer or whatever, I can't remember the name of it, but that card with Baguska goes hard. Really nasty board. Really nasty board. Okay, let's see what our opponent can do though. He's under Baguska, so he's got to deal with an SP. He has to make SP though. There's no way to get around Baguska here, unless you make an SP Little Knight. You have to. There's no. I can't think of any card in his extra deck that can out this Baguska. Obviously, if he had like droplets or something, but I don't think he's playing droplets. I guess it would be an okay card in the deck because like you can. Actually, oh yeah, there we go. That's what I'm saying. The SP to banish Baguska is like your best play, man. Which is crazy though, because he just sacrificed so much. He sacrificed so many things to just out a Baguska, and he killed his own SP. So he's got nothing. Obviously, he got drolled though. I mean, that's pretty relevant. He can't push. He got drolled, but he obviously, Baguska is just so powerful against like a deck like White Forest, where their predominant strategy is synchroing and fusion summoning. But this is straight to main phase 2. Remember, because Dugaris was activated, so Tom does not have a main phase 1, so he doesn't get a battle phase because he has a monster in defense position. So you can just go standby phase, battle phase, main phase 2. but he should still win the game. Dude's only got like one true cards in hand. He can make the other boss monster here. Yeah, I don't think Dino can win this game, bro. Let's see though. Let's see. He still also has the negate in the graveyard. Now he's got the fusion there. He has the negate with Hound. That's such a good effect, the Hound effect. Just banish it with the fusion in the grave to negate a spell, to negate one of your opponent's spells, man. That's so good. It's crazy. It's crazy. He actually has a scale too. If he wants to pendulum summon, he can do so. He's got a full scale. This is great. This would be game if he had a battle phase, but he doesn't. Because of Dugaris. But I think the Dugaris was necessary. He needed the extra bodies to get to the Baguska. And the SP. Like, the SP was like, I think it was worth sacrificing your, because you know you had Droll, so your opponent can't out your board. Like he just knows the I think he just knows the weakness of like the White Forest's strategy under Baguska. Like that was very, very good. Very, very good. Tom's in the driver's seat, man. Cross Sheep as well. This is good stuff. Yep. Can do the fusion summon now. He's got all the bodies to banish. That's crazy. That field's pretty good, dude. That field's pretty good. I don't know how he can out this, man. Obviously, he's got Blackout last, but he just negates with Hound, so he doesn't care. So there's that. So your dude can still nuke the board at any time here. This is the boss monster, big boss monster. Yikes. Okay, there's Deception. Discarding Artifact Lancia. You probably drew the Lancia for the turn, because you would have just Lancia'd on your opponent's turn. Because Lancia is really good against Lunalights, because they have to banish for a lot of their card effects. And some of their summons are also banishing. That's the field spell for White Forest. I don't remember what the field spell does, to be honest. There he goes, Witch of the White Forest. This card is activated. You can add a White Forest monster from your deck to your hand. You cannot special summon dark monsters from your extra deck for the rest of this turn. I guess that doesn't matter as long as your stuff's light. Yeah, he gets the Book of Moon to flip them all down. Can't flip that guy down because he's unaffected by card effects, and you can't flip down Cross Sheep. This is the one that pierces, doesn't it? Yeah, this one pierces. Yep. It gives 500 attack to all of your illusion synchros, including itself. Ooh, this is the quick play. This is the other. This is still battle phase. I forget the name of the card. But essentially, it's going to let him tribute the illusion to special summon another card back. Yeah, he gets the Diabell. So he's still in battle phase here. So he can kind of get off more damage or clear more bodies. But he can't win the game. Because this is also new time rules. So if there's only 2 minutes on the clock. So if like he runs out the clock, they both just lose the game. They both just get a loss. So this is kind of silly that he's playing this game out. Because he literally cannot win. He can't win on attrition. Because he can't out the boss monster. And he has full setup over there. What are you gonna do? Like, you could just nuke the board and attack for 50 million damage here as well. He's got 3 fusions. That's game. That's literally game. Yep. Attack, attack, attack. Yeah, you get summon a body, but like attack. That's game. Like, right? I don't know why this guy's trying to like run out the time. There's no way he can win. So it's just kind of he should have conceded like on the turn with the Droll when he knew just like he couldn't really out that board. But that's just me, man. Oh, here we go. Next game. Ooh, Charlie's playing. And Julian. These are both American players. So we got VS. Oh, this is going to be a game. Versus K9 is not a good mirror match. In terms of... I mean, it's like... It's a cool mirror match in terms of like probably skill expression. It's very technical gameplay. But in terms of like watching, pretty boring. Oh, dude just has Mold Charmies for days. Double Fuvalos. First one's negated though, but the second one is there. It's pretty relevant. Julian's going to give him a number of cards if he decides to commit full. He's got a third Fuvalos in his hand? Dang. See, that's cool too because he can just Fuvalos when he starts his turn. Because K9 Versus can access their extra deck on their opponent's turn. So if he chooses to access the extra deck on your opponent's turn, you'll also draw cards off of that Fuvalos on your turn too. That's pretty good. So it's like not the worst thing he drew 3 Fuvas. we have a judge call. They're pausing the game. Okay, now they're letting play continue. Stake your soul for good old Dr. Madlove. Grabs the field spell. It's pretty good, dude. Field spell search raisin. I mean, it's pretty good. Like, I mean, honestly, like, Julian's got he's got like a lot of good cards. I don't know. I feel like he's playing too much into the Fuvas though. Why are we? I don't know, dude. I feel like this is a mistake. I don't know. I feel like this is a mistake, man. I think this is just too much. Wow, Nibiru. Oh no. Negated with Ripper, that doesn't matter. You don't play Veiler in this deck, or probably most of the. I don't even think most of these versus decks even play Imperm. A lot of players this format are not playing Impermanence in their deck. They're just cutting it out. Just because like the single target like disruption isn't good enough. Or there's a lot of effects that you can dodge. Like you can just bounce cards with this. You know what I mean? You can just like quick synchro away. Dragon Tail could also just like quick fusion away with like 5 mana or Mululu. There's that Fuvalos is good because he could like Lupus on this turn. I don't know, dude. I think Julian played a little too aggressively there. His board isn't that board isn't that good. It's good, but it's not that good. We'll see if Charlie can break through this though. I've never seen Charlie play this deck though, because he's just gonna quick exceed right away to get the pop. He's still gonna get the search. He doesn't negate the effect. He's just gonna bring out the werewolf and destroy the card. But he's gonna be able to look at the hand. That is, he will be able to go look at the hand, right? Isn't the werewolf let you look at your opponent's hand? And you get to like banish a card or some crap. I forget. I think that's the one that does that. I think that's the card that does that. I know one of the canine extra deck monsters lets you look at your opponent's hand. I think it's werewolf. Charlie's hand's really good. There's Stake Your Soul. I don't even know. It looks like Zhao Long, maybe, or Madlove. I can't really tell, dude. The camera quality is really not good on this stream. Like the whole like side of the left side of the duel mat, it's just like, it looks like there's like a blue like color filter going over the cards. I can't, like, look at that. Like some of those cards you just can't see. Yeah, there's the werewolf. Drew, there's the big old boy, Caesar Valius coming in. He's got to have the trap card down, right? He's got to have the Vanquish Soul trap. Yeah, there's the look at the hand. No, hello, welcome in. You got a question? What's up? It's got to be the Vanquish Soul trap card, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. What else would it be? What else would you set? You already used the canine quick play. There you go. I guess look at the hand. His hand's really good. I mean, he's got the Impulse. He's got Holly Sue. He's got canine cards. There's Ash and Nib as well. I mean, we already knew the Nib from last turn. He tried to activate it, but got rippered. Oh, thank you. That is such a cool card, though. The Vanquish Soul Snow Devil. It's cool. Okay, we go our own case for K9. Noel says, I'm playing Kashtira. I need to know which package is better, Red Eyes or Dark Magician. Oh, I'd say I'd say the Red Eyes cards are better. Because the Red Eyes cards get you nice. The Red Eyes cards get you access to some really good monsters, you know, in the extra deck and the main deck. Like Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is a really good one. Off of like the level 1 Red Eyes Metal Dragon that you can link away for Striker Dragon. Then Striker Dragon can also give you access to Boot Sector Launch if you want to play rocket cards for like more combo potential. But like getting access to like Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is pretty good. But also Red Eyes Fusion is a very, really powerful card. It lets you get access to Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Very, very good. Both of them also allow you to play Primite cards because they both have vanilla monsters. You have Red Eyes Black Dragon and you have Dark Magician as well. So both of those are also have access to Primite Drill Beam, Primite Fusion, and you know, just obviously Primite Fusion is another way to just be able to summon Red Eyes Dark Dragoon because it is a Dragon Fusion monster. Here comes Lupus out of the grave. That impulse is really cool, but also like there we go. There's the little fire preventer thing, but he's gonna steal it with Holly Sue, which makes sense. It's level. Charlie's doing a good job of ripping the field apart, though. I mean, Julian gave him so many cards to play with. Then we go Azuna. The other benefit, actually, because the other thing too is like, both Red Eyes and Dark Magician are also like level 7s, which also has great synergy with your Cash Tier cards. So I guess if you're trying to like get access to like Dark Magician or Red Eyes Black Dragon specifically on the field, Dark Magician makes more sense because you have way more card effects that special summon Dark Magicians. There's way less cards that let you just like get a Red Eyes Black Dragon on the field, unless you're playing Primite cards and you just Lordly Load to summon it out. But in terms of just like engine cards and just like other stuff you can do with the cards, I think the Red Eyes has more potential because of like just the dragons themselves just have really cool cards at the end of the day. Really cool cards. Thank you so much for subscribing as well, Noel. I appreciate you becoming a part of the Devastator Squad. Thank you so much. Oh, that's game. Charlie actually ripped that board apart. I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I feel like Julian should kind of like really like reflect on that and just like he shouldn't have played that hard on his turn 1, especially because he had like this. He searched the spell off the Ripper, so he had the spell and he already had the trap card. I think he should have just passed. He should have just passed with the set spell trap with Ripper. He would have only given Charlie 1 card, and then just use the Azuna on an opponent's turn. He just not do much more there. I think he just really he pushed way too hard. I just don't think he needed to do that. But we'll see how this game 2 shuffles out for Julian. There's only one more round of Swiss after this too. Then we have got tomorrow to go through. You already have most of the Dark Magician cards, so I'm probably going to start with that and just side the Red Eyes package. There you go. That works too. If you got the Dark Magician cards, start playing those. Yeah, the Dark Magician stuff's it's really good. I mean, like Magician Souls, Illusion of Chaos, Magician Salvation, Miracleized Fusion. These are all just really powerful cards. Really good cards. Okay, so we've got Ripper and a Raisin on the board. Just gonna go to a rock. Dude just has Molcharmies glued to his hand, man. Holy smokes. Is this like is it Purulia and Fuvalos? I think it's both. I can't see. Rewind real fast. I just want to see this turn again. Purulia. Yep. Stake Your Soul. Revealing Xiaolong. Chains Fuvalos. Okay, he's got both. That's crazy. That's crazy. Special summons a Raisin. This is what probably got Ash Blossom because I saw the Ashling. Yeah, definitely ashing the Raisin here. Definitely ashing the Raisin here. That Ash does. I mean, all these card effects do turn on. Yeah, Azuna. There we go. Nope, this is not Azuna. I can't see. The glare, dude. It could be Joe Cool. There's Azuna. Yeah, it's Joe Cool and Xiaolong searching out Azuna. So Azuna is still playable though. There's going to be Ripper, Draw a card. Effect. Search out. Probably the quick play spell here. I guess you could also get a different card, but yeah. Okay, we got Joe Cool. Or was that Lantern? I think it was Lantern. There's the Rock. He's just allowing him to draw more cards here. But again, he's got Trap and Spell. I mean, I think he just sets passes, dude. Like, honestly, like he has... I don't think he needs to do much more. Because if he's going to use Azuna, he's going to give his opponent another card. And if he uses the Azuna and the Lupus to make another monster, that's another card. It just waits your opponent's turn. There you go. He learned from his mistake on the turn there. There's another Perulia off the top. That's cool. So he's going to at least draw one card. Two cards if he decides to Holly Sue and Azuna on this turn. Dude's got Rhoda. Stake Your Soul. He's got a decent-ish hand. Can't see the rest of the cards, but he's got the two Searchers. Dark Magical Circle, Banishing can synergize with the Rise Art. Absolutely it can. That is true. That is some really good synergy there. There's Raisin. Oh, does he have both of the Rescue Ace in his hand? I saw the Impulse. Does he have both of them? Same as game one. He's just going to immediately get rid of the body. He's going to get the Search, but he gets the pop with the Forced Release. Lets you destroy during the main phase. When you exceed someone on top, you destroy a card. Such a cool card effect, man. Can I have two quick play spells that let them like exceed someone on your opponent's turn? But you obviously want to play this one over the other because this one can only be used in the main phase, whereas the other one can be used at any phase on either player's turn. But this one lets you destroy a card. That's just so valuable. Getting to rip a card. This is insane. Plus, when you get the werewolf effect, you get to look at your opponent's hand, dude. Like, it's nasty. Yeah, he's got, that sucks. That's a brick. Okay, we were talking about this earlier, of like the Rescue Ace cards. Like, they're decent, but if you draw Fire Preventer with Impulse, it's bad. Like, these cards don't do anything. So he basically has a 3-card hand. Well, actually, no. He's got a 2-card hand because he's got 2 Xiaolongs. Yeah, this hand's bad. So he's got Borger and he's got Xiaolong as playable cards. The rest of the hand is unplayable. That sucks, man. Dang, dude, that is a really bad brick right there. That is a really bad brick right there. Dang, dude. He's got the trap card. Revealing the 3. Nasty. I think this game's already over, dude. I don't know what else Charlie can really do here, man. I think we should go to game 3. I don't think there's much else you can do, man. Yep. Yep, here comes Joe Cool. Summoning Lantern. Searching for Case for K9. Getting Azuna. Normal summon Raisin. Yeah, just scoop, dude. You just scoop. Just scoop, man. His hand was bad. That was not good. Charlie's hand was bad. Really bad. 3 of those cards were unplayable. That stinks, dude. But I guess that's a great example of like why not don't play the Rescue Ace package. As cool as it can be, they're unplayable cards if you draw the target in your hand. What are the decks this set? In this current matchup, it's a mirror match between Vanquish Soul and K9. So coupling 2 different engines together, the Vanquish Soul cards, which originally released in Wild Survivors 2 years ago, and then the K9 cards, which just released with Justice Hunters a month ago. But the Vanquish Souls were an okay deck when they got released. They got a decent upgrade with Xiaolong and Age of Overlord back in October 2023, I think is when it was. Yeah, 2023. But they got really, really good now because the most recent core set, Duelist Advance, that came out also in July, just really powerhouse this deck. They got a new extra deck monster. They got a field spell, which gives them more consistency because it lets you search for a guy. That gets you more searching power. But then they also got Holly Sue, which is a really, really powerful card that you can just summon it from your hand if your opponent has activated a card in their hand, which almost every Yu-Gi-Oh player has to do now. But then also, Holly Sue lets you steal an opponent's monster if you have the right attributes to reveal, because the Vanquish Soul cards have to reveal different attribute cards, so there's like Fire, Earth, and Darks and stuff like that, to reveal for them to use their effects. And one of her effects, you can steal monsters on your opponent's field. Very, 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 very nasty. I'm assuming Charlie's going to want to go first here. So let's see what happens on this game. What has he got in his hand? Starting off with Stake Your Soul. Oh, he's got the Impulse again. Ash Blossom. Okay, that negates Stake Your Soul. So we're not getting access to the... Dang, it's a set pass. That's not what you want to see, man, in Game 3 of World Championships Round 6. I guess technically if he loses this one, and you can still top 8 with a X3 record at Worlds, because there's just such a little amount of players. It's very, 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 very possible. Case for K9, searching Azuna. There goes Lantern, or not, Joku. Yeah. These cards are so sick. I think the K9 cards are so badass. They're so cool. Discarding the Impulse, he's going to get the Fire Preventer out. It's going to let him draw cards. It's going to get him a body, and it's also going to let him draw some cards here. So maybe he can unbrick his hand, because his hand's really bad. But this will turn on Azuna, because that is a monster effect from the hand. You stop playing for a while. Do still people play Yubel often? No, Yubel is definitely a more like rogue pick now in the TCG. The deck has some heavy limitations on it on the ban list. Phantom of Yubel is limited, first off. But also the deck just has a really hard time against some of the newer stuff. Alright, we got Ripper to search. Does he have an interaction here? Because he has Ash Blossom in his hand, doesn't he? I think you ash this. You definitely need to ash this. Obviously, you can't stop the Azuna play. Ooh, Metaltronus is really good. It'll negate and banish the Ripper. Gets rid of the field presence. It's a big monster. Yeah, Metaltronus is very good there. Very good. He still has the Ash as well. So you can ash the Azuna is pretty good because it'll turn off Lupus for him to get into the extra deck here. That's not bad. Metaltronus was a great hit there. But you got Lantern as well. Lantern to special summon back Joe Cool. So he still has actually still can make like a Nash Knight or whatever. I mean, Julian's still in a position where he can win the game. You could ash this too. You could ash this if he wants to. You could I feel like you should just ash the Azuna though to send the Lupus. I feel like that's just such a more like powerful interaction. What is he gonna make here? Nash, yep, there's Nash. Yep, making the Nash. The Nash, this card's so broken, dude. It cheats because it lets you put like the Umbral Horror under the Umbral Masquerade dude underneath it, which allows you to cheat out an Exceed monster called Umbral Horror. Ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. And then you can just Zeus on top. That's a crazy thing too. After you do all this stuff, if you don't OTK, you just make a Zeus with like 4 materials, man. So you just get like nuke your opponent's board multiple times. It's insane. He's summoning Holly Sue. He Ash the Azuna. You kind of have to. You can't deal with the Lupus as well. Summoning the Holly Sue, even though Holly Sue doesn't do anything right now because he doesn't have names to reveal. It's just a monster. Because otherwise he doesn't want to die here. But I don't know what you can top deck out of this, which is 1 card. I don't know what that Exceed monster is. Oh, that's the Umbral Horror. It's just the ultimate rare. Yeah. Oh no, that's the Silent Honor art guy. Just lets you steal an opponent's monster. Now we go Zeus. It's got 5 materials, so that's going to be 2 times that it can quick effect attach to destroy everything on the field. That's game. Yeah, Charlie cannot outplay double pop Zeus's, man. No way in the world. All right, Charlie loses this one, sadly. Just bricked really hard game 1, had only 1 playable interaction. It got stopped by Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs. And game 2 just had an unplayable hand. Literally 3 out of 5 cards were unplayable. Just really sucks, but just how it is, man. Okay, we go round 7 of our. This is the final round for the Worlds day 1, and we'll watch tomorrow for the top 8 and the finals and stuff. Okay, so it's Yummy versus Lunalight. Wilfredo Flores. This is the guy that won the North American World Championship qualifier tournament for the Worlds here. He won the tournament in Indianapolis last month. He was playing Orcists with like Mitsurugi and Fiendsmith in it, I think. So that deck is not playable, obviously, at this tournament because the Orcust cards are not legal because Europe did not have access to the cards until literally yesterday. So sadly, you can't play any of that Terminal World stuff. Starting off really hot though. Obedient Schooled is always great. Just gives you 3 monsters. He probably plays the Starham as well. There's Yummy Surprise. Yeah, we're gonna synchro again to Lollipo Way. Get our 2 bodies back. Probably make the Starham here if he's playing it. Yep, that's got to be Starham because he's beast locked. And then he can just quick effect synchro into Herald of the Arclight on his opponent's turn. This is how you make the Herald of the Arclight on your opponent's turn. Or how you make Herald of the Arclight at all while you have the Obedient School beast lock. Because normally you do this with the Metal March Marcher, right? But Metal March Marcher is not a beast, so you can't summon it the turn you use Obedient School. But you can just use the quick effect of Snatchy. The thing is though, you have to wait for your opponent to activate a card. Ooh, he's starting with the heavy polymerization. We were talking about this card a few rounds ago when there was a Lunalite on the feature match. This is how you just cheat out the boss monster right away. Obviously, you will take like 7,000 damage and burn, but you will be able to get out the big boss monster for free. There's Herald of the Arclight coming down as well. So this is going to be a Dimensional Fissure. Any monster sent from the field to the graveyard is going to be banished. And then he also has an Omni Negate in the form of the Herald of the Arclight. You contribute itself to negate a card effect. The big boss monster is scary though. That's going to be hard for Yummy to beat that card because it's got absurdly high attack points, and it's unaffected by card effects. And yeah, I can just nuke your opponent's board at any time. Quick effects. Triple Tactics Thrust is good. Looks like he's going to do a quick synchro here in response to the thrust. So he's going to go for the Cupsy, which allows him to draw a card. Because the Yummy cards have 2 different effects that based off if they're summoned from the hand or if they're summoned from the effects of like these synchro monsters. So like Cupsy Yummy will either search you a Yummy card or draw you a card. And then I forget if it's Cookie or Lollipo. One of them lets you like take a card from your opponent's graveyard and get rid of it, or a card from the field. The other one lets you book a Moon card. So they're all really good interruptions. So there's the draw off Cupsy. Still has the Omni Negate though with Herald. We know he has Yummy Surprise down. So he's going to use the effect here to attempt to nuke the board. This card does not go to banished, by the way, because it goes from extra deck to the graveyard for costs. So yeah, that's a nuke. Special summoning out Cookie. So Yummy Surprise is now online once his opponent gets another card on the field. So I think this is right here. Like, I don't think Johanna should do anything. I think he should just go to battle phase. You should just go to battle here because you have to control 2 cards. Yeah, this is a misplay right here. You're playing right in Yummy Surprise. You have to control 2 cards. He should have just went to battle phase here and attacked over the Cookie and then attacked directly. I mean, he's trying to go for a game. It makes sense. But like, you need to play around that Yummy Surprise. You know it's there. You know the card is there. Yeah, you get the 1 spell negate, but like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's. I don't think this is worth it. I think you should have just gone to battle. There's an imperm as well that you have to negate because you need the Lunalite monster to resolve. Yummy Surprise is going to be used to special summon Yummy way back to the board. It's going to also go and get a access to the Kaleido Chick. Yep, there's Kaleido Chick. Yeah, I don't know if that was the play, bro. He's got 2 Lunalite Perfumes. Pretty good. He's got a lot of special summoning you can do here. I think he should have just gone to battle phase, though, man. He should have just gone to battle. Because, like, you go to battle phase, you declare an attack, and Yummy Surprise can't be activated to bounce your stuff. This is good. Called by is good to get rid of the Snatchy, so you can't special summon it back. But the Yummy special summon effects do not target, so it doesn't matter. Like, they don't target, so you can't just like fizzle it out with the called by. They still get to just pick 2 yummy monsters. They just have to have at least 2 in that to activate. I think at resolution they have to special summon 2 if there's only 2, but if you have more than 2 monsters, it doesn't matter. It doesn't target. There's Kaleido Chick on the board as well. I'm going to activate Kaleido Chick's effect. Yeah, dude. If Wilfredo has another interruption, like another yummy surprise, because that card's not once per turn, you can use both the effects. You can special summon and you can also bounce 2 cards. Johannes is in trouble. I don't know, dude. I would have just gone to battle and just attacked over the monster. And if he uses yummy surprise, just get another monster back so he doesn't take a bunch of damage, then you just negate it. And then you just play after that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think he's getting too aggressive here? What's up, Ember? I guess we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. If that's another yummy surprise, he's cooked. It is. That sucks, dude, because now he just has a full board. If he would have just went to battle, he'd have no yummies on the field, man. He'd have 1, and you can just, like, kill it again, and then you have no yummy monsters, and this other yummy surprise is worthless. And you can just negate the imperm, and he has no bodies, because he has to, like, now that he's got 2 monsters, he can just OTK next turn. Oh, no. Well, not OTK, but, like, he can just win the game. Because he has the field spell still. So he's got this monster in attack mode. This is another thing too. Johannes should not have put this monster in attack because now he just loses the game. He just loses the game. Bro just has to like summon a couple cards, summon some yummy monsters, and that's game. He just attacked. He has 500 life points left because of the heavy polymerization. He burned himself 7,500. Just normal summon, and that's game. That's game, because the field spell boosts. You should not have summoned that monster in attack mode. I think Johannes might actually won this one with the quick effect on the boss monster. He's just counting yummy names, I think, to see how many targets he has. He wants to see how many yummy targets are left. He knows there's 2 in the hand because he bounced them back. He bounced back Cookie and Cupsy. So he's just seeing if he has a response. Do you have any response? Oh, this should be a slow play warning right here. Oh, he's trying to read the monster that... Okay, that's the one that lets you get the quick play spell back to the board. And it protects your field spells. Yeah, you have to... Yeah, he's issuing a warning. Yeah, I would too. That's way too slow. Okay, so we just go Link in. You gotta remember though, we can't use Snatchy's effect this turn because it's called by it. It is called by it. So we're gonna go Anima to special summon because like I said, the yummies you just have to control a Link 1 monster special summon. It doesn't have to specifically be a yummy monster. So we're gonna go Link or Synchro into Lollipop here. Very good. Special summon back our 2 bodies, Cookie and Snatchy. It's gonna use the effect to nuke the board, which sure. Then you have the special summoning effect back, right? Yep. Special summon Cupsy, effect to search. Get the field spell, effect to special summon back. This also gives you 500 attack points. Shuffle back, and then you just get 1 monster and you have attack for game, right? Yeah, there you go. Snatchy does it. That'll do it. Yep, that's more than that's enough. That's game. You shouldn't have put the monster in attack, bro. It should have been in defense. He just threw that game. Holy moly, Johannes, brother. It's a rule of Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Like if you were in low life points, you never summon weak monsters in attack mode. You always just try to summon everything in defense. Unless it's a card that like you absolutely have like no way for the card to be interacted with or attacked on your turn. You just need to always like remember to just throw stuff in defense when you're low on life. Because you just can run into a situation where you can just like get, you can just lose the game just like that. Johannes was in a huge commanding lead there in position there because Wilfredo has no way to deal with that Lunalight dancer girl. Literally no way. I don't think Yummy can out that card unless you can summon like 5 Yummy monsters plus have 1 in the extra deck zone so they get like enough attack to attack over it. Otherwise, like, yeah, then you just wait for that. Your opponent's a massive board and then you just Raigeki their field and then it's like, okay, it's cool. I pass, I lose, right? I don't know. Interesting. That was interesting. We've seen some interesting interactions in this World Championship so far. All right, here we go. Johannes is definitely going to start here. Definitely going to start here. Are you winning? I don't know. Are you winning? Are you playing? All right. Deck is shuffled, man. I promise you. That deck is very shuffled. Very shuffled. He's like anxious. He's super anxious. I feel like when people like do stuff like that, they just like sit there and shuffle forever. I think they're just like trying to have like, it's like a coping skill to like try and do something to like cool off. He's definitely like frustrated because he got a PE minor and he also like just literally threw the game by summoning that stupid monster in attack mode with 500 life points, knowing that his opponent has access to a field spell that makes his monsters have like unlimited attack. Like, come on, man. I don't know. He's been playing really good though. He's a 4-2 with the world stage. He's really good at the game, but just like I think he was like really trying to push for game too hard on that match, on that game 1. I truly think he should have cooled it a little bit. Definitely could have played around those yummy surprises a lot better. You're back, ate some toast, bacon and eggs. Nice. Breakfast for dinner. We like it. We like it. Okay, here we go. Tanky as well. Pretty good. Pretty good start. Already got the negate with the hound on the line here. Yep, nice. What do you get here? Polymerization. Yep. Very cool. It's such a cool deck. Honestly, Lunalights is such a cool deck, dude. It's such a cool deck. There we go. Nice. Polymerize. The good old classic polymerization for the big old dude. Yep, perfumed, special summon back Kaleido Chick. Kaleido Chick is so good. Honestly, if Lunalight was a more like represented deck in top cuts of like TCG or even OCG, I could see like a card like Kaleido Chick just getting cut. Card's ridiculous. So is Tiger, man. Tiger's cracked. But Kaleido Chick is just ridiculous, bro. The card's insanity. It's absolutely nuts. But these cards came from a different era of Yu-Gi-Oh, man. These cards are old. A lot of these Lunalight cards are so old, dude, like a decade old. After 10 p.m., your day begins. After like work and stuff, right? What do you make here? Dugaris? To draw? Oh, it's a special summon? I mean, I guess. Now you don't have a main phase 1 on the next turn. I guess it doesn't matter if you can end on a good board. That's pretty good. The SP with the boss monster is pretty good. You get a Raigeki. Is this going to be Baguska too? That's pretty gross. Oh my gosh, that's like the dream. That is the dream board, man. And you get the shuffle back. Oh, dude, he gets the fusion summon too with the scale. That's crazy. Dude, that's the dream board. SP banish. You got Baguska to negate the whole board. And then you got good old Raigeki boys that aren't affected. That's insane. That's a good board, Johannes. That's crazy. That is the best board Lunalights can make right there. The only thing that would have made this better is if he had Power Filter. the floodgate card. Which a lot of duelists, I think, are probably playing on this weekend. Because that card just literally says no to Yummy. They can't literally cannot play the game. Okay, he just instantly concedes there. I mean, it makes sense. Like, it's on. You can't. What are you going to do, right? Like... What are you gonna do? Baguska alone should solo Yummy without Droplet or Dark Ruler. Baguska alone should just solo the deck. Like, you have to waste like a lot of monsters to like access something like SP Little Knight to banish the Baguska, and then you sacrifice your like ability to like do damage that turn as well. So you inherently just like kind of like lose out on a lot of interaction. It's like SP is like really it. Yeah, SP is really it. But you waste a lot of cards to get to the SP. And we saw that earlier when the White Forest game, where the guy like used Baguska and it forces White Forest, so the only out you have is SP. It sucks. Like, because you're wasting monsters and effects that should be doing like more for you to just make an SP Little Knight, and you're wasting an extra deck card to make SP Little Knight just so you can banish the Baguska. Like, it's Baguska is really, really powerful. It just puts on so much pressure. SP is like, yeah, it's the answer, but you waste a lot of card advantage and resources to just make an SP Little Knight. Kind of stinks. So let's see. Wilfredo's definitely going to want to go first. I mean, this is another thing too. It's like, why even bother wasting time? There's only 20 minutes on the clock. This is they're using the new time rules here where if both players go into time, you just both lose the game. Doesn't matter if you're up a game or not, you just lose. Doesn't matter if you're up in life, you just both lose. So, you know, Wilfredo's like, why would I bother trying to play through this and waste time? There's only 20 minutes. Like, we might as well just go to game 3, man, and just heart of the cards, right? Let's just play. Let's just play. Which is, it's the call to make, dude. Regardless if his hand was good and he could maybe do something, just go to game 3. You don't have the time to waste, dude. Because your yummy plays take up some time. Luna Light plays take up a lot of time. All right, opening Obedience School is good. No interaction from Johannes to stop it. It must feel good, man. He must feel good. Feels really good. Yup. Get access to our Cupsies, special summon, Snatchy. Boom. This deck is great. I'm really liking this deck. The more that I've seen the deck play, Maria, I'm falling in love with it. I honestly kind of wish I would have kept my Yummy core. I kind of want to play it now. The deck looks fun as hell. It looks fun as hell. There's the Star Ham. We're going to be able to make our Herald of Arclight on our opponent's turn. Do you have to wait for them to activate a card, though? Because Snatchy can only respond to Quick Synchro when your opponent plays a card or activates an effect. Sets 4 and passes? Holy crap, dude. No way. Bro. We know Yummy surprises there, but there could be like Dominus Purges, Songs of the Dominators, Imperbs. Like, dude, that back row is actually scary, man. Back row is real. Oh, he's got Solemn. Nope. That's good. That's good. Now we can quick sync on the Herald of Arclight. There we go. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna start off with he has a 10 key. Yeah. Dominus Purge. It's gonna be destroyed because there is a trap in the graveyard. Dude, that back row is real, man. With Yummy. If you see him set 4 cards, you better be crapping your pants because those cards are real. They are not bricking and bluffing. There's no bluffs in this deck, bro. These cards are all real. Okay, we're going quick effect to tribute to summon back 2 monsters. So we got Cookie and Snatchy, and then after resolution, we'll be able to activate some of these this effect here of Cookie to Book of Moon a monster. Scott Songs of the Dominators, man, that's a monster negate right there. Monster negate plus Searching Purge, but Purge is already activated, so you can't use it again. But now we can also Snatchy to quick synchro into good old boy to flip him down. Yup. That's game, bro. That's game. Get cooked, dude. I'm sorry, but get cooked. That back row was too good, man. Too good. He's like, I want to hold the trophy. That's what that winning pose means. That was crazy. That was nasty, dude. That back row was way too good. Way too good. Plus, you saw a Yummy surprise there. Dang, man. That's good. That's good right there. Good stuff, man. Dude, those are some good games overall. Like, we got to go through and watch the Master Duel stuff. Then we also got to watch, you know, all these ones for the TCG side. Overall, really, really good. Really, really good. Like showcasing of stuff. Like, I gotta say, it's really, really good stuff. Very excited to see tomorrow, to see what wins. Very excited to see what wins tomorrow. I like it. Good stuff. These new decks are really cool. I'm sad there's no Dragon Tail in the entire tournament. I would have loved to have seen Dragon Tail do something out here, but there was no one even entered with the deck. 0. There's 0 in the tournament. Which I'm kind of shocked by that, to be completely honest. Kind of shocked. There's not a single person that wanted to play that deck. I wonder what the reasoning is for. The deck's still, I mean, the deck's good. It's doing really well in the TCG. It's actually super popping off in the TCG. I wonder if there's like something in like the OCG ban list that merged with the World's ban list that made the deck not as attractive. I don't know. Maybe people just like knew Yummy was a better deck. But we'll see what wins tomorrow, man. We've got Malice in the top cut. We've got... I guess I would love to actually look up real quick and see what the standings were. See if they actually posted them. I know like... They were not posting on their Yu-Gi-Oh blog at all during the course of the tournament, which I thought was kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous, dude. Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship. Unless someone in the chat has access, who has the like top, like a top cut already. Top 8. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here's the top 8. Here's the top 8, guys. So we've got, this is the results from after these 7 rounds of Swiss. So we got Yuna from Germany in first with Sky Striker Malice. Shane Tay from, is this Turkey? I think that's Turkey. That flag is, I think, Turkey. With the Vanquished Soul K9. We've got Isaiah Estrada from the United States with Cristron Syncra of K9. Julian Cahan from the United States with Vanquished Soul K9. Wilfredo Flores from the United States with Yummy. Felipe Zapata. I don't know. Is this Spain? With Yummy. Tom Kleinengraber with Lunalight from Germany. And then Roselle Thornkildsen. I think this is Norway's flag. No deck. Don't know what deck they're playing, I guess. Don't know the deck. But that's the top 8. That's moving on for tomorrow to play for the World Championship first place grand prize and the title of World Champion. So Yummy and Vanquish Soul is like the tied representative. I guess like any of these. Actually, we don't know what Roselle is playing, so it could be any of this other stuff. But interesting that the deck isn't posted on here. What do you guys think's gonna win? Chat. What do you think's gonna win tomorrow? We're definitely gonna watch. We're definitely gonna watch the top 8. We're not gonna be live while it's live, you know, because for obvious, it's gonna start at like 3 a.m. for us in North America, or 12 a.m. if you're on the West Coast. We'll be sleeping, but we'll definitely stream it once like I'm up and running here for my day. We'll definitely stream go through all the top 8 games, and of course the Grand Championship too. But Roselle is playing Malice. Okay, so we got 2 Malice, 2 Vanquish Soul, and 2 Yummy, and then we've got 1 Cristron, 1 Lunalight. So it's a pretty good representation of the top cut in every region right now. Like this is actually like this is what the top decks look like in the TCG currently. We're just missing Mitsurugi. And then this is exactly what you would see at an OCG event right now. You would see Malice, Vanquish Soul, Cristron, and Yummy, and then maybe like a Lunalight or something, or a Blue Eyes like as that rogue option jumping into the mix. But yeah, Yummy, VS, and Malice, best 3 decks currently in Worlds standings as well. Crazy, man. Decks are crazy. I'm gonna put my money on Yummy winning this tournament. I want to. I don't know. Lunalight could take it though. Lunalight's pretty good. Lunalight's pretty good, man. Lunalight's pretty good, but I don't know. I have a feeling Yummy. I don't know. I'm gonna put it on Yummy. I think Yummy might win this one. I think Yummy might win this win the Worlds. Yeah. I know you want Yummy to win. You want Yummy to win, right? You want your Yummy deck to win. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Okay, what else was? Let's see what else didn't make it in. So we got Dino from, I think that's New Zealand, with White Forest Azamina. Just couldn't make it in. Yoshida Kataro from Japan with K9 Vanquish Soul. Charlie sadly didn't make it with his K9 Vanquish Soul. Johannes, we just seen with the Lunalight, didn't make it. Kobayashi Rohei with Yummy didn't make. Sebastian Serrano, Yummy. Yeah. Crazy, man. Yeah, man, it's a fairly, like, exactly what I expected this top 8 to look like, honestly. I didn't expect a Lunalight to be in here, but I did expect all these other decks. I was really praying that someone would have had the balls to play Blue Eyes at this tournament, but no one did. Because they're not a true Kaiba like I am. They're not a true Kaiba like me, so they wouldn't play Blue Eyes. Although Blue Eyes would have, I feel like Blue Eyes would have been positioned pretty good in a tournament like this. I think they just their cards are really, really nasty. But I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today, though, guys. That's gonna do it for today. Big thank you to everyone for tuning in today. I really appreciate it a lot, especially all of our new subscribers that joined in. Really appreciate you guys becoming a part of the team. Really appreciate you joining in as well and getting to talk some Yu-Gi-Oh. I want to give a big shout out to you know, all the members of the Patreon as always. I really appreciate all the support on the back end for all the members of the Patreon, especially our Dictators of D, Y-Wing, Larry Quinn, Savvy Trips, Puppy Pack, Jazz, and Koldarin, our Moon Tier Zephyros, our Monkeys of D, Pepsi, and Galactic, and our Kings of Devastation, Cerberus, Condor, Miguel, and of course my mom. And a big shout out to all the channel members out there, especially our Ultra Kaiba Mans, our Larry D, Puppy, and Main Phase 1. Really appreciate you guys so much. Big thank you to all the people that were going crazy with super chats at the start of the stream. It was like Miguel and Jazz and Pepsi and a couple others. Just, you guys are popping off with those super chats. Thank you so much for all that support. But yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great rest of your Saturday. That was really cool to go over all the stuff that was going on from Master Duel and also for the day 1 of TCG for the World Championship 2025 for Yu-Gi-Oh! We're definitely going to live stream again tomorrow so we can take a look at the top 8 matches and of course the finals as well. So definitely make sure to tune in tomorrow so we can continue to analyze the games. But until then, Devastator Squad, you guys stay awesome. Enjoy the rest of your day and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Thanks, man.